Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's messages of love from above. So happy to have everyone here. Excuse me. And before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in doing that, of course, I welcome that. So whether you're watching live or on replay, please feel free to join in with me. We can multiply the love to the world and make an impact. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love flow down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Just circling the globe in a giant ball of love, touching every heart, sparking it higher and higher to a higher love vibration, bringing out the capital T truths of unconditional love and shining light on those small t truths of fear that are not true to help transform when we're ready, when we're ready. And if you are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your mind, for your heart, for your body, for a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send this love to you right now as well. Let's take it in like a giant sponge, like a tree takes in the beautiful sunshine from the sun. Let it do what it wants to do. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. Excuse me. Clearing out my sinuses this morning. Yay. So sorry that you have to hear that. But before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows we got 2 days left to get into my weekly giveaway. Every Monday, I have a giveaway where I am currently giving away one 30-minute personal recorded reading. And on Tuesdays, I'll put out a video announcing what I'm giving away, how you can get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in getting into that. And then each week, I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week's was where can you use some freedom in your life? So that was an interesting one. They're always interesting to me, though, but what are you going to say? And then we've got here, there we go. Each week I put out a Take 10 with Zen video. I started it 4 weeks ago, which are videos of 10 minutes and less that talk about connecting to spirit, connecting to who we really are, and answering questions from my subscribers too. So, like the first week was dimensions, the second was spirit guides, the third was is love real? And this one is does fate exist? We're actually going to be having a couple of videos on that. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. So sorry. There we go. And if you are interested in I have a hedge of peace and love and also personal recorded readings. I'm having a 50% off sale for this month. So if you want to check all this information is also in the description box of the video. So if you want to come back to it, but for ease of use, I'm just going to pop these in here and then you can look at those if you'd like. So now's a great chance to get them while they're on sale, right? All right, so let me just take a look here. And I'm just going to screenshot real quick. We've been having trouble where the chat disappears when I pop it out. So I don't want to destroy it. So let me do that. And I'm going to get my desktop all set up here. And then we will get into the readings. If you are new to these readings or to my channel, welcome, first of all. We've got a great group of wonderful people who have huge hearts and great senses of humor. So, all right, it looks like it saved everything. Yay! Okay, so let me just move this a little smaller so I can see. All right. All right. Sorry, doing two things at once. All right. So, for the free readings, how they work is I just go down in order, first come, first serve in the chat. The chat is the list. There's no special list. So you just put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just put, like, I want a general reading or guidance, and Spirit knows what you want. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I'll step out of the free readings and prioritize those and actually dive deeper and pull more of those cards for them. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue going down in order of the first come, first serve. Um, I'm usually on a couple hours, so I try to get through as many free readings as I can. But to make a donation, if you want to make sure I do get to your reading, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat. Also, in the pinned comment and the description box of the video, I also have my PayPal, my Venmo, my Cash App, and my Square, so you can make it anywhere. Any of those. There's no set dollar amount. Whatever you feel is what you're able to give. I know everyone's finances range and differ from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So, whatever you feel you're able to give, I do honor that energy exchange. So, that's the skinny on it all. And we will get into it. I am going to be using the Star Tarot and the Round Original Tarot today. And I do have a excuse me, a couple donations. I have them on PayPal. And then Nova, thank you for your donation via the super chat, and you will be up after that. All right. So let's take a look here. So love 1, 2, 3, 4, and I saw you might not be here, and you shall return and rewind. So it is available on rewind. So we definitely will do that. So we'll start with you, and you are first up. All right. So you have a few questions, and thank you for your multiple donations here. I appreciate it. All right. So number one, how do they feel? Okay. After the date here. So we'll look at that. And then number two. Okay. I know you don't want me reading these out loud, so everyone else just bear with me here as we do this. And then number three. Okay, I went to those. All right, so number one. So we've got the Temperance card. So, as usual, per usual, they're just taking their time. Things are unfolding. They have the Strength card here, which with both of these, they're seeing things from a higher perspective here. So they're seeing, relationship in a different, higher way, which is a positive thing. They're seeing truths about who they are, what they want, seeing really who you are more deeply. And so and it's positive stuff. It's not like, oh God, you've revealed yourself now. The mask is gone. Nothing like that. It feels very like they want to take things slow and they don't want to rush. And they just have a lot of stuff going on, like we've talked about before. There's just like they need to be able to take their time to be able to just move forward in their life. They're just got a lot going on in their noggin. So um, take whatever comes up as a mirror for you, whatever you're picking up, whatever you're feeling. Allow that to be the mirror, because that's why they're in your life right now, is to be a mirror, like all relationships. And so when we look at how are they feeling, what are they doing, da 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 da. Well, that changes from moment to moment, from person to person, whatever people are going through. One moment they think we're awesome. One moment they're feeling sick and they think we're horrible. 60 seconds later, they're feeling better again. They think we're good. So when we're defining how people are feeling about us in the moment, we're going to be on a roller coaster ride, up and down and all over the place, because that's how humans are. We have emotions constantly changing because life is constantly changing on the outside, right? So I don't have anything to worry about here, though. I mean, it just feels like they are seeing things from a higher perspective and things are unfolding there. For your number two, no. And they see you as a powerful individual, very fiery. Juan's energy is passion, a very passionate person, but they also see you as someone, higher than that. They know you're kind of a bit mysterious because of this, but yeah, here's your aren't you a Leo? So I think you are. But there's this, they see you as this, there's so much more to you though, because there's this depth with the Queen of Cup. I mean, the cups that they have. So they see you as this bright, bright, shiny, boom, boom, boom. But also, there's a lot underneath that, a lot more to it. So no, I don't. I don't feel for question number two. I don't feel that that's a no. Yeah, you are a Leo. Yeah, meow. There you go. All right, and then end of July, August. Okay. So the waiting is over because you've got the the hanged one here. There's been this represents transformation and transition to seeing things from a higher perspective, but also sometimes it's a holding pattern. But we've got Ace of Cups, which is new love, and we've also like new emotion, new cup running over, and the Prince of Wands, which in this one, this is the Page of Wands, which is new passion, new desire. So July into August, what do you know? You have some sort of new beginning happening, and this new emotion that's flowing, and this new excitement in your life. I don't know what that could be, but there's definitely some great things that are coming in here. So I like it. I like it. I like it. And then for your other questions here. Uh-oh. Okay. So for the second donation for the first part. And then that's funny. I know, right? You're like, uh-oh, I wonder what happened. Yeah. Nothing to fear here. I mean, you got the Emperor. They know. I mean, the Emperor is, this energy of it's like for me, this is manager. Managers know what to share and whatnot. There's like they understand, what's appropriate to share and whatnot. And that comes in here. The devil card is, not being afraid, not, worrying about whatever unfolds, what comes forward. This is the shaking and the rattling. And so I don't feel anything here. I feel like this is just, I feel like they're more, like this combination's telling me that they're more in concerned about their own stuff that's going on. They're just like, oh, good, 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 good. But when they're away, they're like, oh my god, all the stuff that's going into my world. So they they have enough going on that they wouldn't be one to really share anything with anyone else because they got so much, like I said, going on there. Yeah, you're fine with number two here. The Nine of Cups, wish come true. Four Pentacles, solid foundation in the outside world, contained. So there's nothing um, to be concerned about there. So I know, whoosh, whoosh, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do, right? And then your last one here, you might have overshared. Eh, you know, when it comes down to it, whatever unfolds, unfolds, right? I mean, we have a lot of fears at some times in our life. We're like, I hope people don't. But it's like, you know what? It's nothing that you wouldn't share in front of someone else, in front of the person either. It's not like you're a gossiper. You'd be like, "Yeah, if they were sitting over there, I would tell them right to their face if they came over, go, 'You talking about me?' I am. I would tell you. I'm just sharing how I'm feeling. Get over yourself." All right, and then your final donation here, at least at this point, bada bunch. Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, number 1. All right. And number 2. Okay. Um, I don't, for number 1 here, the 10 of wands is you've invested enough energy. I feel here that there's a victory anyway. This is 6 of wands is victory and being seen and positivity, and the 10 of wands is enough energy's been invested. So I don't feel like you will. I feel like there is this, um, this, like things work themselves out anyway, and you're like, okay, I'm done. The 10 of wands is endings and new beginnings. So I don't feel so for number 1. I don't feel like you're going to have to, first of all, but I just don't feel you're going to worry about it anyway, eventually there. Okay. And number 2, we'll start off with the yes card with here's your Leo energy again, but very much a yes that comes in here. You got the Queen of Swords, balancing your heart and your mind. Answers come in quickly with the 8 of Wands, so it just kind of and then it happens fast. And in the meantime, there's just this working out here. You have the 7 of Cups, which is can be emotional confusion, and it's like the things you don't want, but you're like, well, I know I want one of these 3 things. In the 7 of Wands, again, Leo energy. You have a lot of Leo energy coming through. Is be yourself, shine bright, don't dim your light, don't try to be who you think you should be because of blah blah blah. Just be yourself, and it's going to unfold here. You've got this energy, all this Wands energy that's coming in here for you to focus your energy. Like, you have the 10 of Wands, you have all this energy that's being invested outwardly. And you just need to calm. Well, I about to say something that I tell my host all the time, and that's not appropriate for YouTube, but calm yourself. uh, take some deep breaths, come back to you, allow yourself to shine and move the energy from fear to gratitude, 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 gratitude. If you haven't set that alarm on your phone yet, do it right now. Every 30 minutes for every waking hour, a silent vibrating alarm that just says gratitude or thank you for blink, blink, blink. Yeah, you are. But you just have a lot of energy all over the place. And it's like they're saying, bring it down. Yeah, bring it down to be grateful for one thing and then grateful for another. Yeah, well, it's your guides. They're like, all right, listen, woman. But they do it out of love for you. So that is what they have. And again, thank you so much for your multiple donations and hang in there. And much love to you, my friend. All right. All right. And we do have a couple more donations here. So Nova, and we have Nova, and then Priyanka, and then Nova again. So we will jump into those. So Supernova, hello, hello. Thank you for your donations. I am doing well. Hope you are doing well. And messages and advice from your spirit guides. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have for you right now. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. And okay. And let me get this. Sorry that I'm clearing my throat a little bit today. Apologies. There must be some pollens in the air. that are enjoying um, running around. All right. So I like this card coming in here first for you because here is your higher self calling your human self to this higher place. And it's beautiful because this is like an encouragement. Yes, follow your calling. It's time to live, not exist, and you can do that. You're working through here, which, like all of us, we got a lot of fears here. The Eight of Swords. Swords, these are small t truths. They're the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. All of these things. The Eight of Swords is a great card because it's showing you what have you believed that has kept you blinded and bound and trapped in life and kept you from this feeling of Ten of Pentacles overflowing and having all this abundance in the outside world, living the dream in the outside world. This is like the dream come true, kind of card. And you're working through this, and they're saying, yes, here's freedom that comes, and you are making this movement. And it's kind of a card that is telling you, and it's funny, you got like all these birds flying here, but there's this validation, this kind of fist bump, high five of you're doing it. And it may not feel like it because you're with yourself every day, but they see the progress because, you're walking up the spiral staircase and your eyes are open and you don't see how many floors you've walked up because you're there with yourself and you're just like, yeah, you adjust to the height. But if you closed your eyes when you started and suddenly open your eyes, you're like, "Whoa, look how far I've walked up the spiral staircase." So, kudos to you from your spirit guide saying you are doing the work. You are looking into, your fears, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, these things that no longer serve. Because here's the Three of Swords, which represents the heartbreak, the fear of failure, the fear of disappointment, the fear of losing conditional love. And here's the High Priestess. Again, it's kind of like a validation, but also continue because the high priestess steps back, connects higher, goes behind the veil, dives deep down into the emotions, the subconscious where this stuff exists, and to whittle away at these things that keep us from moving forward, keep us from sharing the true authentic ourselves because we were taught, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, right? We were taught to suppress ourself out of fear from our parents and siblings and whoever, because it was like, oh, we don't want to stand out because when you stand out, you get bullied or beat up or made fun of or hurt. And so we learn to dim our light, but they're helping you through this process of removing the things, the obstacles, the paper mache that we put on ourselves to hide ourselves throughout time. And now we're ripping that off like a mummy coming out of a out of a wrapping. So I like it. And they just want to, it's like an encouragement reading for you because they're like, yeah, pursue your dreams, the wheel of fortune, things are going to unfold for you. So just know that victory and success are forward. The King of Cups is just balancing your heart and your mind. So I like this coming in here for you. There's this wonderful giving yourself the love you deserve and allowing and releasing the mindsets that no longer serve you and that keep you restricted. So I'm liking this. It's like a big high five kudos that you are headed in the direction that you have, um, been looking for. So I like it. I like it. I like it. And that's what they have for you for that reading, Nova. And then I'll be back for your second question after I complete Priyanka. So thank you for your donation, and I will return. All right. So Priyanka, thank you for your donation. And you want to know what is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. Yeah, no, supernova. That must be why they were bringing that up because we don't realize how far we've come until we look back and go, whoa, even like you look at yourself 3 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You look back and you're just like, oh, wow, yeah, you don't realize, the journey that we're on. All right. So, Priyanka, what is coming towards you? Let's take a look here and see what does spirit want you to know. All right. What else? All right. Let me see what's coming here. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of thinking going on here, Priyanka. But I like it because they're showing you like what is coming here is the world card is victory. It's also though the last card in the major arcana. It's the ending of old cycles and the beginning of new things coming in. And the Ace of Swords is the why this is happening. You're connecting to the capital T truths of the higher world that's allowing you to cut away the small T truths, the fears, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos that have kept you, in the past, restricted, right? So I like this because there is this conflict that's resolving and it's allowing you to move forward and just look at those beautiful butterflies. It's like this wonderful transformation. I feel like it has to do a lot with your how you relate your worth to the outside world because you have the 9 of pentacles, and 9 is the hermit's journey. But there is this process that's been happening, and you have spirit in your with you here, which is the dove and the hands there. And you're in this safe place in the outside world, like this garden, representing your connection with spirit. But it's about being independent. It's about being free from other people and or their opinions and these thoughts. And this is where I was talking about the conflict. You got the 5 of swords, which means kind of a mental conflict between what you feel other people think of you and what you think you're supposed to be, should be, need to be, blah blah blah. All those opinions that are poured upon you throughout your life, and you have this understanding, or this habit of thinking of your way a certain way and thinking about life has to be a certain thing, and we get caught up in that because we believe it. But this Ace of Swords coming in with this 5 of Swords is the shaking and this rattling that makes you look at things and go, well, is that true? Why do I believe that? Why do I believe I have to be that way? Why do I believe the world has to be this certain way? Like this person has to be that way, that the situation has to be a certain way. And there's all this that comes in there. And you end up with the 4 of Swords, which is peace of mind. And this is the rest. They usually are resting on the Ace of Swords, and the 3 of Swords, which is all of the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of losing conditional love. We have all that stuff that comes in. And there's this freedom, 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 this release, this independence, this realization that, yeah, we have a lot of fears of letting people down, but we're never going to please everyone any moment of time. We're never going to please the entire world or even all the important people in our life. They're not all going to be absolutely pleased with us for a second of our lives. We might have many of them pleased when we're doing what they want to when we're doing what they want us to do, but there's some other people that's not what they wanted, so they're unhappy. I learned it the first time when I tried growing facial hair when I was like my early 20s. I went back to work and you thought I broke some law because it was an uproar of all these people. Because I worked like in cubicle city, there's all these cubicles, and I usually was clean shaven because couldn't grow hair, but I grew a goatee. And the people were like, "Oh, I like you better clean shaven," or "Oh, why don't you just have a mustache?" Or "Why don't you grow a full beard?" Or "Why don't you grow is it called handlebars? Like this?" Or everyone had a different opinion. I realized I was not going to be able to please everyone because everyone had a different idea on what they wanted my face to look like. And it was like, okay, and that's kind of what I feel is coming towards you is this freedom, this release that you're really seeing these things so that you can, let those things go. So that is what is coming in for you right now, Priyanka. I like it, right? It's like freedom. And it feels good. It feels like a weight lifts from your it's like a caterpillar caterpillars are heavy compared to butterflies, right? When you have a caterpillar in one hand and a butterfly in the other, caterpillar feels heavy because it's full of all that caterpillar juice, but a butterfly is lightweight, so it can fly. It's almost like lightweight, and I feel like that's the difference in how you feel, and this is where you're headed with this transformation. So I like it, I like it, I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Priyanka, and thank you again for your donation. You're very welcome. All right. No, but thank you so much for your second donation. And you want to know what chakras within you are balanced, aligned, and what chakras are out of balance and need alignment. All right, we'll take a look here at your current energies here and see what can shake a, change. What is for your highest health and experience? Okay, all right. All right. Just get some clarity here. All right. I like this here. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, and Pentacles is the earth. And so the root chakra here is, the grounded one here. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, and eights are, flowing type of cards here. And the Pentacles is the earth, is what attaches you to the earth. Oh, um, you know, I I see here, um, well, you've got a lot going on with emotions because you've got the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So you definitely are taking a lot of emotion on here with the Queen of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment and Ten of Cups. But whoa, when you're talking about if you're absorbing a lot of people's emotions, that definitely is represented here. Um, because I was thinking this isn't the heart chakra. So, and then you're like, well, I'm wondering about my solar plexus. I'm like, okay, well, that would make sense then, because the Queen of Cups is like the high priestess. She rolls over emotion, but she's given a second portion of emotion, which dives, means she has this deep diving into emotions and feels everyone's emotions. Um, so you definitely the 9 and 10 of cups, the top two, full cups here rolling over here outside of royalty. So you are taking on other people's emotions, being activated by it. And I like how they have this here, this giant rainbow that I feel like that's something that you can work on developing. And all empaths at some point um get to the point where they're like, I can't take all these emotions anymore. I need to develop some sort of shield. And that's what's going on here. Maybe you can create a rainbow shield. Mine, I do like I had a couple of things that I did in my life, which was um I saw everyone's emotions as like a air traffic controller, a radar with all these blips on it, which were the planes, which were all the people that were around me. And it allowed me to have this step away feeling where everyone was a dot. And if I wanted to know more about someone, I would just click on it and it would bring up tell me the flight number. That's the kind of thing that would tell me more about the person, but it wouldn't come to me until I requested it. So that was like the beginning step where I'm like, I just need to see everything away from me. And so that helped with that. And then later I developed it's like a gelatin mold. It's like this giant jello mold around me. So there's this gelatin that's thick around me, and people's emotions go and they get stuck in there. And I can I know that they're there. I can touch them if I want, but they don't jump on me. And part of the process too, for you with this, has to do with your fears because feeling people's emotions is one thing, but when it triggers our emotion, that's still happening in inside of us. And so the King of Swords rolls over because you had the Queen. You have the Queen who rolls over cups, cups, water, water energy. All the kings get air. This is air, air. So you have the master of water and the master of air coming together here. And this is just letting fears go. The more that you can release, like you were, like they were celebrating that you're letting them more and more go, then that also helps trigger emotions less inside of us. So I like this. I feel like your heart chakra is balanced and your crown chakra is balanced. Because the Queen of Cups, all of this energy feels very balanced. And the King of Swords represents higher knowledge than the I know. And so I feel like your crown chakra is balanced, your heart chakra is balanced in the moment, and the and but the big thing is the root chakra, and the root chakra is where we find our fears, and the Eight of Pentacles can be, um, like the lower three that are we have the heart is what brings the heavenly chakras in connection with the earthly chakras. The root, the sacral, and the solar plexus are more the lower human type of things where that's where we have our energetic experiences on the lower vibrational area, and the heart is like the meeting place or the connector, and then we have the throat, the third eye, and the crown that connects higher to that. So I feel like, you know the biggest thing is just to be aware of emotions. What takes our chakras out of balance is fear. What brings them back into balance is unconditional love. Um, I like keeping things simple. And that's every moment is one or the other. Because if it's like, oh, I've got to maintain each individual chakra a separate way and da 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 da, it's like what takes us out of balance is lower vibration. What brings us back into balance is higher vibration. So if I'm feeling low, I just transform and focus on the other, right? And then if there's something that keeps dragging me lower vibration, then that's what I focus on to transform, because it's like begging for my attention, because it keeps on coming up like every day. It's like, okay, let's take a look at, it's like a little kid. Hey, 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 hey. It's like, okay, what? No, we do it in a loving way. We pick it up and go, what's the matter? Tell me about it, right? But so that's what's coming in for you, Nova. I like it. So hopefully that helps. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then I have a couple more donations. Thank you so much, Sukanya Shri Kumar. All right. And you have a couple questions. So why did Sharuk offer to sit next to you? Okay. And then what are his thoughts about you today? What has changed? Okay, let's take a look here. All right. So why did he want to sit next to you? You've got the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. And so the nines are kind of the hermit's journey here. But we got emotional wish fulfillment. We've got the security in the outside world. So it feels like they saw you and I don't know that they saw you sitting alone or sitting. There's just like this draw that they had to, because the energy I'm picking up is it's not like they looked over at you and were like, "Oh, they need someone to sit by him." I feel sorry for him, blah blah blah, anything like that. They just saw you independent, and it intrigued them, and they wanted to sit next to you. They're just like, "Wow." You have this energy of being like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need it was almost like this energy of I don't need anybody, and they like that. They like this independent feeling. This is how they were perceiving, right? And so that's what came in there. Well, and their thoughts about you today, they got a balanced heart and mind here today. And they really look at this, the lover's card can be romance, but it also can be just important. A relationship could be of this, they see it as an important friendship, an important, relationship in their life. So I do see this here that there's this draw here between heart and mind. And like I said, it's not always necessarily romantic, which is okay, if it's a draw of intrigue and interest and balance. I like this type of energy instead of like, ooh, passion. I'm attracted to you, and then it fizzles out. I feel this energy of it's great when things start off as friendship and grow into best friends sleeping over. That's like something that lasts forever, right? Rather than, "Oh, hey, I think you're hot. I wanna be with you," and then it fizzles out, right? So I like this energy. It's very full of love, a deep love there. So, I like it. Um, but it's not necessarily super romantic, deep, wah, wah, wah love yet. It feels solid. It feels important, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming through, Sukanya. So I like it for you. Many blessings for you. All right. And then up next, Patty. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And is there wealth in your future? And what do you need to work on? All right. Let's take a look here. And I'll answer that additional question here in a moment, Nova. All right. Is there wealth in your future? Okay. Let me just clarify this here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they just want to go slow, and I like that. So I'm gonna take a sip here. All right, so Patty, you know, I feel there is this transformation that's happening here. There can be wealth in your future, and the Five of Pentacles shows us transformation of pentacles and wealth, and the transformation comes from the beginning feelings of being abandoned, being left out in the cold, feelings of lack, abandonment, and the transformation comes in when we get into the depths, the understanding what's under the subconscious that's like a shield that's keeping it from coming our way, right? Because what do you need to work on? Well, uh, first of all, there's this transformation that's coming, this ending and beginning. If it hasn't happened already, I might think it might have had already happened. But there's this rebirth happening here, the ending and beginning, and the ending, the death and the rebirth, right? Rising as a phoenix from the ashes. And there's this the tower is this things are removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make space for what is to come and to clear your path. So just know that whatever this happens in this big, it's two major arcana. So you will know if it happened already. If not, it's coming, which ignites a transformation. And just know in the end, Ace of Cups, you feel full and overflowing. So we'll jump to the end so we know it's it's like watching your favorite sports team. like, if especially if it's recorded, you just jump to see what the score is. Okay, my team won, I will watch it. If my team didn't win, I'm like, "Why invest my time?" So, I like this. Yeah. So, they're like, it's worth it because it is you end up feeling like this full cup that is you're full and you're overflowing out to the world. So, there is this transformation. So, how do you get there? Are the middle 2 cards here, which is the High Priestess, which she dives deep down into the, subconscious and the unconscious, where those, struggles with lack exist down there. And the 3 of Wands is that once you realize some things, you make a change. The 3 of Wands is you changing direction and you initiating it in this wonderful transformation coming into. So, um, some of the stuff, and let me see here, because there's a great book, especially specifically about wealth. Here it is. See if I cause an avalanche of books here. And this is a great book if it resonates with you here. It's Tapping into Wealth by Margaret Lynch. And it's beautiful because it's about tapping, if you know about tapping, and that's how you connect to your subconscious and you communicate with your inner child that way. But she's amazing because it's more than, this it's more than just about wealth. Yeah, because it gets into this connection to our inner child, and it allows us to see the barriers, see the beliefs that are there, the limiting beliefs around wealth and abundance and receiving. And it's all about receiving. So it's even more, it impacts like every area of our life because really it's tapping into abundance in a way, abundance of love, abundance of fullness of life, abundance of finances and money. It's all intertwined. And it's an absolute amazing transformative book, because it allows you to connect and allows you to process some of the stuff that's bubbling down beneath the surface. So I highly recommend it, if you're looking on how you can do it. And so the type of work that needs to be done has to do with those beliefs. One of the ones that Spirit talks about a lot is the Six of Pentacles energy, which is, when we're younger, we develop this out of balance approach to life because usually when our emotional body is created 7 years old and younger, there's someone or someone's in our life that we feel we have to overgive to in order to receive a little bit back. So we give 1,000 love coins to someone and we get 1 love coin back. And we're children, we're like, well, I think that's fair. And then that seeps down into our subconscious and that impacts it. I know for me, um, it made me want to overachieve and overgive in school. And then it transferred over into job. I had to overachieve in job. I had to overgive in my friendships, my relationships, whatever. But no, 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 I only deserve one. And that's what happens. Our little inner child is down there. Our emotional inner child's down in our subconscious with a little chalk and a giant, like a. There's so many Bart Simpson on The Simpsons where he always started off with this huge chalkboard. He was always writing on it because he got in trouble. But in this case, they're doing hatch marks to get up to that 1,000 love coins given to where you deserve 1 love coin. And that's going to be abundance. It can be whatever, right? And we, like I said, we don't know any better, and it's what's running on autopilot underneath the surface, because 90% of our lives is subconscious, 10% is conscious. So all this stuff is impacting our life. It's all these programs that are minimized on our computer screen that are running behind the scenes that we're like, I don't know why there's all this music and why my system's lagging and why all this stuff is happening, because there's all this minimized stuff that's below the surface. And it's just about bringing it into the consciousness. So maximizing it, bringing it back here, and just becoming conscious of like, who was it? Like parents are usually primary usual suspects because they're just, what they experience, they're passing down to us Because usually when people are having children, they haven't done a whole lot of inner work, so they're just kind of regurgitating from generation to generation until someone stops it. But it's passed down, and so we're like, "Okay, it was my mom and my dad, and no fault of their own." I'm like, "They only did pass down what they knew. Who they didn't I didn't come with a manual. They just did what they knew." And when I look at it, and then you identify it consciously, right? You're bringing it from your subconscious to your conscious. You're like, "Oh, okay, so I am aware of it, and I'm going to edit that because I see that out of balance is not fair. I bring it down from a 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1, and I do that by forgiving and releasing the wrath on them. I see that, okay, you couldn't give me the love I was looking for. I need to find that inside of me anyway. And so I release them. That goes down. I hit the save button. And then before our little inner child keeps up these forest fields, keeping away abundance, keeping away love, keeping whatever we're wanting, even consciously, I'm like, I want money. I want a job. I want this. I want that. It's not coming because the subconscious is going, no, we don't deserve that yet. And then, but when we adjust it to one, it collapses because it doesn't need to be kept away anymore. And that our little inner child breaks the chalk in rebellion and says, yay, we don't have to keep track anymore. And then that's when abundance starts flowing in. So I like it. If that, but definitely I recommend checking into that Tapping into Wealth. It's an amazing life transforming book. So um, enjoy the journey. So many blessings to you, Patty. And thank you again for your donation. And I'm excited for where you're headed because there's that Ace of Cups shows that you do it. And you, of course, you have the desire and passion to transform those things, not out of fear, but out of desire to be free and to express and get what you deserve. So I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Nova, you said, so is that feeling of density in our sacral chakra a sign of not being in balance or, or absorbing something denser? Really, this feeling of density, this feeling of heaviness, that's fear. Those are fear emotions. That's lower vibrational energy is very heavy. It's like we're talking about before. Difference between a caterpillar and a butterfly. Caterpillars, rah, 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 they're heavy, and it feels heavy. It's lower vibrational fear, you know, and all the emotions related to fear, right? Butterflies are so light because they need to flutter and they can just, you know, and uh, and that's the unconditional love energy. That's the flow. That's when we're flowing. Um, and it's like a uh, lower vibrational caterpillar energy clogs, right? Because it's heavy and bulky and where the higher vibrational love energy flows and is light, and so that's the difference that we feel. So when we feel heavy, it's usually the beginnings of fear bubbling up through the chakras from the because the root chakra is usually the red chakra is like the bull that sees red. It goes into fight or flight mode. Boom, I gotta attack. So that's where it starts. It starts flowing up, and once the fear hits our heart, beep, beep, the alarms go off. We go into fight or flight mode, and all intelligence and higher vibrational love and everything else out of the control room. Let's have a lower vibrational experience, right? So I love that you're in tune with your solar plexus chakra because when you feel that, you're like, okay, this is like I'm getting close to going into fear mode. And why? What am I fearing? And then you just take some deep breaths, really help us stay out of it. It's like, and then hold it for a couple seconds if you can, and then just in through your mouth and out through your mouth, or in through your nose and out through your nose, and just it brings you to this calm. And then you can go, okay, so now what was triggering? What am I fearing? What's going on? And how true is this? So I like it. All right, now it's for everybody. All right, Nova, thank you so much. Let me just double check here. Okay. So I think that is all my donations for now. So thank you guys so much for all the donations and your patience as I move into the free readings. So we moving up here, and Dijona, you are first up, and you want to know whatever comes out here. So let's take a look. All right. So you do have a wonderful transformation that's coming here. You have the 5 of Wands, transformational energy, but you have the 8 of Cups too, which is transformational and flowing in that it's walking away from emotions and relationships and situations with people, like relationships or friendships, whatever, that no longer serve you. And it's great because you're heading off to the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, which is a higher feeling of overflowing. And I like this, where there's maybe some fears of leaving a friendship or a relationship or even a relationship with a family member. This is saying that it is for your highest experience and it's okay. It's not a matter of, we're not running away, we're releasing. And there's a big difference with that because running away is out of fear, fight or flight, right? But um, the release is when we realize, you know what, I've learned what I needed to learn through this. And I feel like I'm investing all this energy, but I'm the one that's investing it all. And I feel like this energy is going into a black hole. And it's like, it's okay. I don't need to, you don't have to send them a termination letter, or, a text. You have been deleted out of my life. That's fear, right? That's retaliatory anger, fight or flight. We can just within ourselves go, you know what? I'm just gonna not invest much. You just start backing away. How fast you back away is up to you, but you just stop investing energy into it. And then you realize when you're not investing energy into it, that relationship is drifting away. And before you know it, you turn around and you're like, where did it go? And you're like, I haven't missed it. And they haven't contacted you. So they're off in their own little whatever, whatever. And you're like, okay, and that energy that you're investing before is with back within you where you can invest it in something more in alignment with your path going forward. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Dijona. So I like it. Some freedom, some permission to say bye-bye to relationships and that no longer serve. So I like it. All right. And sorry, I just need to do something really quick here. I just want to capture this before. Looks like it doesn't have it set as live chat. I just don't want everything to disappear. Okay. I was going to start the chat. I think it did it again. Okay, I'm not going to touch that again. I'm just going to leave it the way it is because I'm like, please don't delete everything. All right, I'm just going to leave this expanded really big. Let me just make this bigger. Sorry. Okay, well, actually, that doesn't need to be that big. Okay. Don't know what's going on with YouTube lately. All right. So, all right. So, Dijona, that's what they have for you there. Okay. And then, Cheery, you are up next. So, Cheery, you want to know if spirit wants you to learn magic, like for healing people, or see Akashic records, like we had said, because you're not really interested in Akashic records because you see it kind of useless. It's only for entertainment. Well, that's interesting. An interesting perception of the Akashic records, because uh, Akashic records and even tarot, I mean, everything, we have symptoms. And if we only treat the symptoms but not the root, then we keep on having the symptoms. And so the revelations that come through Akashic records are Akashic records are not only past life information, that impact our current, because we have all this information, all these things that we're learning that are beneath there. It's information for us. But the Akashic records tell us why we want to learn what we want to learn, and information for our lives. And so the Akashic records are like the footnotes of the story that's unfolding in our life. And so when we want to know the why about life, why do I have this constant challenge of blah, blah, blah? Like, why am I afraid of water? Why do I have this fear that's abnormal? Being careful around water is important, but like I have a fight, and it's like it's nothing that happened in this lifetime. It's like, oh, I was drowned as a witch in a past life. Oh, now I know why I hate being around water. Uh, you know, I'm scared of it. Or why do I hate fire? I was burned as a witch. And just like talking about magic. But so but that's up to you. If you're like, well, I don't really have an interest in Akashic records. If you haven't read about it and looked into it, encourage that, because I know it came up when you asked about what are my gifts, and Spirit was like, you have this amazing ability to connect to the Akashic records. It's a natural gift. And if you're like, yeah, but it doesn't interest me, okay. It's like if someone is gifted with amazing mathematical skills, but they don't want to go into anything related to math. You don't have to. So, and Spirit doesn't have, when you go like, does Spirit want me to do this or that? They don't care. There's not a, if it's fated, you can't get away from it. It's just going to be a part of you. But Spirit doesn't have a supposed to or should or need to or have to. There's no wrong choice, right? We can talk about the different types of experiences we have here, lower vibrational to higher vibrational, our lowest experience to our highest experience. That's our choice, and there's no right or wrong, because we've experienced all different levels in our life. So you get to choose for you. Now we can ask, what is for your highest experience? Learning, healing, or Akashic records. And so we can pull cards on that for sure. So that's healing, and this is Akashic records. Okay, so healing. We have the Tower card, which is, this is a significant change in your life, whatever unfolds for you. And this is like what I was saying, whatever's meant for you, whatever unfolds for you. It doesn't happen to you. So I feel here with the, should I learn magic? They're like, well, in comparison to Akashic records and heading that direction, it feels like the Nine of Pentacles is independent. This is standing in your worth, standing with Spirit here. And this feels more, I don't know, it feels like that's more human based, more expectation, not so much about, um, asking Spirit, what is for my highest experience? They're saying Akashic records and doing that type of spiritual work more than doing like energy work and healing work, uh, with those there. So it's like, because the healing of the outside, it's rooted in something that keeps recurring back, and you help people get to the root through understanding. Akashic records is just a piece of your knowledge. It's having the gift of knowledge, spiritual knowledge about why people are going through things. Akashic records helps with that. It's part of that, if that makes sense. So, all right. Well, hopefully that helps, Jerry. That is what they have for you right now. So I like it. All right. All right. So, Daisy, you are up next. So, hello, hello. What does Spirit want you to know about the current house search? All right. Oh, that's right. Let's take a look here. Anything else? Okay, just this one. You've got Seven of Cups. There's a lot of choices to make. I feel like you're going to get down to three, because there's three that are really standing out, and there's no wrong choice. So I feel like they're saying that it can be overwhelming. There can be so many choices out there, but start just whittling it down, and you'll get it down to where there's just like, 3 to choose from, and then you'll find that one will automatically show itself. Um, so I like it. There's no wrong choice, but it gets down to 3, and it's like any of these 3 um, are, it's there's no wrong choice to make. Um, there's, homes that are more in alignment with what like you and your mom or your sister or whoever that they're wanting, and it's like cool. Um, so that's what I want you to know. The pressure of choosing the right house. We're never, hardly ever these days living in the same home our rest of our lives. I've moved 35 times in my lifetime, and I'm only 56 years old. I'm not a transient, I'm not a gypsy, I don't know what happened, but that's what happens. Life is about movement, right? Alright, but that's what's coming in there for you, Daisy, so many blessings to you. Alright. And then double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next. So what's coming in for you here? Let's take a look here. All right. Wow, you have a significant death and rebirth, this rising phoenix from the ashes. I love how they have that here because that is such a big thing. And of course, the butterfly transformation, ending and beginning, this beautiful unfolding. And it happens quick with the Eight of Wands. It's something that is coming very soon that is transformative and changes things, but in a positive way. It's always happening for us, but there's this change that happens that takes you into a new place. Pay attention here with the Eight of Wands to spirit as much as you can. Try to be calm, and you don't have to be meditative, walking around like a zombie, but just being connected to spirit world as much as you can and be aware, because the Eight of Wands is spirit bringing you messages a ton in the outside world, things just dropping into your head, emotions dropping into your heart, so that because they're giving you, when we pay attention to spirit, when we raise our vibration to a higher vibration of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude, that's the vibration or the frequency at which spirit speaks. And if we can stay up here enough, we actually can hear the countdown of things, 10, 9, 8. And you're like, what is about to change? And you can start to see things fall into place when we're paying attention and connected. If we're in fear and we're in the lower vibration, we're going to totally miss it. And it's just going to blindside us. And we're going like, oh, what is that? But just know that it's happening for you, and that if you pay attention, you can start to see the stuff formulate around you. So I like it. They're showing me like a video. You know how like they have the flash mobs? It's like if you're paying attention and watching, you can see the people starting to maneuver their place, maneuvering themselves into place to put on the performance. And that's what they're showing. So there you go. All right. So many, many blessings to you, double, triple, quadruple X. And we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. So Shravani Nagosi, hello, hello. Whoa, cards are flying. So what is Sahil thinking about you, and what does he like about you? No contact. All right, let's take a look here. So we've got the Six of Cups here, and the thoughts that he has right now, these are memories, thinking about past, the Six of Cups, nostalgia. Um, so they're thinking about the good times, they're thinking about the difficult times, but I don't feel like it's specifically just you that they're thinking about. And what I mean by that is like there's all these flowers and all these stars. They're looking at it all, and you're part of their little review in their head that's going on. Um, and so they're thinking about you. They're thinking they're thinking about fun times they've had, but they've also thinking about the challenges. and all this stuff is sparking in their life. And they're just thinking about all of it that's happened with them and multiple people, multiple events, multiple situations. And when we ask, and what is he like in you? Well, he likes the fieriness here. You have the Queen of Wands, so there's this energy, this brightness, this motivation, this movement. And you're attractive by this Leo energy that's coming in, and so they definitely had um, or have physical, energetic attraction. And they also noticed, you have like this spirituality, this uniqueness. It intrigues them, your spiritual connection. Then also this love, like you had this a lot of love for them that just overflowed. And so they like that. But who wouldn't? I know when I know when I broke up with my first relationship, um, they were like, "I really miss, being with you," and I go, "I know, who wouldn't? Did this, I 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 did this," overgiving. That was my codependent, um, enabler. I was as an enabler in codependent relationships in my, early relationships, and I go, "Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to have someone overgive to you and not, expect much back?" So that's what I feel, with this energy coming in here. I don't, um, I don't feel a, a nudge from spirit of hope, of reconciliation, of togetherness, of whatever. I feel more of like it's nice to reflect on, but it is time to move forward, you know, that, there's someone more deserving to receive all this from you because they will give you back. It's like you deserve to be in a relationship with someone like yourself in a positive way. So I like that for you, Shravani. So that is what's coming through. So many blessings to you. Right. Sure, Matilda. Anyone new coming in, how the free readings work is the chat is the free list. You just post your question there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for general guidance. Spirit will know what you're wanting when we pull cards for you. And then if anyone wants to prioritize their reading and make it next, a donation of any kind, I do honor that energy exchange as well. Otherwise, I go down in order, first come, first serve, and I try to get through as many. Been on for an hour. I'll be on for at least another hour. Sometimes I go more, but I'm trying to balance 4 hours on Thursday, 3 hours last night, and 3 hours in the morning. I try to balance. That's my challenge, right? All right, so that's how that goes. Let's take a sip here. And no, that's not margarita. That is lemon juice and water. Helps with your sinuses. All right, so divine love, you're up next. So Anil is the one for you. All right, is Anil the one for you? Is well, of course, what I know you're asking. So let's take a look here. I feel here that there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of celebration that comes in with Anil, right? But I feel like this Three of Cups is also saying that there's a third person um, in your lives. I feel like one is where they end up going with, and one is where you end up going with. And so I don't feel like they're the one. I think they're a one for you, more of a stepping stone to help you get to who you end up with for the rest of your life, your soul partner. And the Sun card here represents this, it outshines it. I think where this is a good card, which is where I feel like this is what comes in with them. This is what you end up with, which is so much bigger and brighter and so much more beautiful. It is fire sign energy. It's Leo energy specifically, but it doesn't have to be. But it is. It's this joy, this adventure type of feeling. So I don't feel like they are the one with this. I feel like there's a third person already in the picture that they're kind of interested in. And that it's not that they don't care about you, but I feel like there's something more that's down the line for you. The lion, down the lion for you, the Leo the lion, but it's down down the road here for you. Um, so A1, but not the capital T HE1, divine love. So that is what's coming in there. So I like who's coming there though. So many blessings. Okay, and then we are to new love. So would it be a good thing if you went to S Town? All right, let's take a look here what they have here. Yeah, it's very positive there. You've got the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of fast movement that comes in with that. And the Eight of Pentacles shows you've done the work and you put in the work, and there is movement in the outside world. So you got the fastest moving knight in the entire deck, the Knight of Fire. So a lot of fast movement, a lot of move, move, move. Eight of Pentacles, movement in the outside world. So this definitely is saying that a move is definitely supported for you. So I like it. And that's what's coming in. Easy breezy. All right. Continue moving down the list here. So, bright girl, you're like a general for the coming week. All right. And you got the Princess of Pentacles, which would be the Page of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. And there is this energy here coming in of new opportunities, new worth, new abundance coming in too. And I feel like here with being here, like this is like solar plexus area, that there's this. Um, it has to do with seeing your self worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And let me see if we have a second card. Okay, yeah, and it has to do here. Here again, Aries energy with new beginnings coming in here. And it has to do with you being the emperor, stepping up and kind of releasing all the expectations. The emperor, of course, rolls over an empire and they're surrounded by tons of advisors blabbing in their ear about the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, all their opinions and expectations. But at some point, the emperor's like, okay, thank you, everybody. I'm going to make the decision now. I am the emperor. And they don't fear the advisors. They don't fear anyone else because they know I'm the one in charge of the empire and I have the authority over my life. So I get to make the change. So I love this opportunity coming up because I feel the opportunity is coming up because of choices you are stepping up and making. And then the opportunity arrives. And then you also, it's about you stepping up and making a decision that you want to make, not what you feel you're supposed to make or should make or any of those things. It's about um, you know, you choosing for you. So I like it. That's what's coming up here this coming week for you. So many blessings, bright girl. You're welcome, new love. All right. So Lynx Lee, you're up next. So Sagittarius's intentions towards you. Uh-oh. Those Sagittarians, I tell you. I know I have a ton of Sagittarians in my life. My dad, my host, some of my closest friends. All right. So they definitely, their intentions, a new world, endings and new beginnings. And this is makes sense because Sagittarius energy, like Leo and Aries too, very much the child adventure, wonderment of the zodiac. They like having this rebirth that come letting all the stuff go, you know, all the expectations and having enjoyment, having adventure. Because the card after this is the Fool card, which is, 0, and it's no expectations. They're on this adventure free of any rules. And the 10 of Cups, like their intentions are they want a great amount of joy, but they also want it without any strings attached. Any, rules? Sorry, I need to adjust here. Okay, there we go. S- Slipping off my chair here. And that's what it is about. It's about this freedom, and they like this. They want joy and celebration and excitement and adventure, but they don't want to supposed tos or need tos or have tos or musts or shoulds and blah 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 blah. For them, that just sucks the oxygen out of the room that makes the candle blow out because there's no oxygen, or it just takes the wind out of the sail and it just brings everything to a halt. So that's what's coming in. If you're able to give that, um, you know, that freedom and go on the adventure, then here we go. Otherwise, they will back off. So that's just how they are. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now, Linksley. All right. And Goldie, you want to know how will your meeting go with Libra? All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, the good news is we've got the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, very solid energies there. And the amount of joy, the how smooth and balanced it goes is really up to you. Both of you really. But the Two of Wands is you taking responsibility for what energy you're putting into a situation. So when you're going into the meeting, if you're going with an attitude of gratitude for what you enjoy in the person, what they are doing right, what you're grateful for that they're doing, because there's no right or wrong. So when you change that mindset to, I'm grateful that they're doing this, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this in my life, we're telling the universe, I'm really enjoy being grateful for things. I would love to have more things to be grateful for. And they're like, sure. And they will, they'll allow those things to come in. But if you fear how things will go, or you fear something's going to happen, or that they're going to walk away, or that something bad's going to come in, or it's going to be something you're focusing on what you don't like that they're doing. Whatever we're focusing on grows and expands. So if I'm like, I miss that they're not doing this, well, I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy missing them doing things. Can you have them do even less? Or they do this and I hate it. I really enjoy hating things they do. Can you have them do more things that I hate? See how our energy grows. It's a little kid walking into a bakery shop. I love this example that they gave me last weekend because it just popped into my head. Little kid walk into a bakery and they have that glass case with all the donuts behind it. And the little kid's pointing at this donut, and the baker goes, okay. And he loads up a dozen of those and hands them the box. And the kid's like, no, I hate those. And the baker's like, why are you pointing at them then? And he goes, point at what you love and I'll give you a dozen of those instead. And it's like, oh, that's how it works. Point at what you want and you get a dozen of those. So that's what's coming in, Goldie. So many blessings to you. All right. Continue moving down the list here. All right. And Rose with a beautiful picture of a little, I think that's a little kid. It's very tiny. So, remaining July and any blessings coming to you. All right. Let's take a look here. Remaining July and any blessings. All right. So the remaining of July, you do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So I like that. There is this, they're saying just enjoy the moments, continue to chop the wood and carry the water, do the daily things, be in the moment, enjoy the process as things grow and unfold. It's kind of like this, you don't have to rush to the end of things, rush to fulfillment, rush to the outcome. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Because the blessing that comes in here is the Ten of Swords. And I know the Ten of Swords, normally it's someone like laying down on the sand of a beach, and there's all these swords stuck in their back. And you're like, oh my God, are they dead? And like, no, they're just exhausted. And it's a great card to get because it's the release. It's like letting go of the the all the expectations, trying to live up to what everyone else wants, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, you know. And that's why these cards really work well together, because what makes us try to rush to the end is all these expectations around timing, right? That I have to get by this and this has to happen. And I can't be happy or fulfilled until when. Well, then we're unhappy all the way up until the when, but then we're never happy, because when we get close to that when, it's like a carrot on a stick. It keeps us going forward and forward and forward, and we never get the carrot, because the carrot, by the time we get it anyway, is all dried up and has flies on it because it's so old and it's been so far away. But this is about celebrating as we're going along each and every moment of the way, just enjoying this step by step in it. And it is a blessing in itself to be able to come into the moment, because if we're have anxiety, we're in the future. If we have depression, outside of any chemical stuff. But if we're sad and down, we're probably in the past. And so when we come back to the moment, it's very, very quiet. We can be fulfilled and celebrate in this moment. So that's what they're wanting to come through right now for you, Rose. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. Right, Nova, thank you for your additional donation, and I'm sure you'll pop your question down there, but just for the sake of time, I will continue on the free readings until you do. So, Silent Victory, hello, hello. You'd like a general reading for what is coming up. And yeah, well, you are in this wonderful invitation from your higher self to dive deep, to come into the maze, this star in the middle is you, your higher self, your true self. And, the Prince of Swords, the Page of Swords, here's the Ace of Swords that allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. So you're being given the tools and the information to help you on your journey to really realize who you really are. Who do you truly want to express yourself as in this world? What do you truly want to accomplish? How do you truly want to move forward? And it's great because there's this beautiful journey, this wisdom, this knowledge. It's like they're dropping some knowledge into your brain and into your life, showing you the difference between the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos of the outside world, which are rooted in fears of losing conditional love and fears of rejection and fears of failure. Yay, yum, yum, yum. But there's more, right? And at a point in our life, we wake up to, okay, I'm kind of feel like I'm existing and I'm ready to live. And that's when we're invited to find out, okay, who are we really? And how do we uniquely want to express that love that we are to the world? So I like this. This is what is coming up for you now. And so just know that you have this wonderful energy of an invitation, higher knowledge, higher awareness that's coming in. So that we have Silent Victory. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay, and I don't see another question yet, Nova. So hopefully everything's working good. These days I wonder, I'm like, we're not in a Mercury retrograde, but it feels like it for some reason. All right. So, always victory. You are up next. And you'd like an oracle from your guides about your highest destiny. And you wanted number 7, which is actually Angel Answers Oracle, which is interesting. So we've got a yes or no stack among these. So let's take a look here and see what they want here first. Okay. So for your highest destiny, they're saying, don't stop, keep going. Don't stop till you hear the drop, whatever that song is. So they're saying, don't stop. And then the second pile out of the 3 is about timing. So let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about timing. Okay. Okay. So they've got within the next few months. So there's going to be some major information coming in here, but in the next few months is definitely where because you're talking about your highest destiny, where you'll be getting some great information there. And then the final are the angel message itself. So let's take a look here and we'll see what that is about here. All right. And it's if you believe. Sorry for the glare there. And let me see here if they go more into detail here with these. What you need right now is faith. You can have what you desire, but you must believe that it can be so. Stay positive and visualize the outcome you're hoping for. Set aside all negativity or pessimism in favor of a sunny outlook. The law of attraction brings to us what we expect to receive. If our perception is that we deserve great things, then we will attract happiness. If we fall into doubt and don't believe in our own self worth, then our experiences will match that energy. Believe in yourself and your cherished dreams. Boom. I like it. I like it. And I did talk about, um, I don't know if I've mentioned this book to you before, but I just showed this earlier, The Tapping into Wealth, and they just kind of brought it back to me too. It's a great book that, it's about tapping, but it's how does this access our subconscious? And because it talked about self worth and this abundance, this book really talks about how to connect into the subconscious beliefs that are bouncing around down there that are what keep us. So it's like our energy vibrating, right? It's like if our energy is vibrating, it's going to bring in what matches it. And if we feel like I'm not getting things moving to me the way I want it, and I feel like things are being held back. I know we've talked about, the Six of Pentacles and going back and looking at the out of balance things, but this goes even deeper and it talks about how we ask great questions, brings up things we talk to our inner child and release and have stuff move, that brings things in. So if that resonates, check out that book. I like it for you. Right. And that's what they have for you. Always victory. So many blessings to you. All right. And Nova, if you, I'm not sure if you posted an additional question. It's not showing up here. So if you did, maybe try reposting it because maybe it disappeared. I don't see anything. All right. So Divine Feminine Chronicles. You'd like a general reading. All right. Let's take a look here. See what they have here. Okay. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is great, of course. The Wheel of Fortune tells us, one, that no matter what unfolds in our life does unfold for us. Just sometimes our human has a little bit of difficulty getting on board in some situations, or like, how is that for me? Right. But this card says that whatever unfolds here and is coming towards you, even your human side is like so grateful that it's happening. It's the wheel of the tune of for you, the fortune. I like that. What helps bring that though is this 3 of Pentacles, which is you being true to your authentic self, not being drawn off, making decisions and trying to be who you think everyone thinks you should be and doing what you think everyone else thinks you should be. It's about really getting in tune with the true you and finding out, what do you want to do? How do you want to move forward? What do you want, from life? Excuse me, hiccup, and what direction you want to go. So I like this. It's not being afraid of, well, I'm going to fail at it. It's like going, you know what? I'm going to be me and do what I want because I'm ready to live. I don't want to exist and try to meet everyone's expectations. It's empty. You have to do so much just to get up to meets expectations. When you bring your expectations down and say, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. It's all about abundance and this feeling of wholeness, that comes in. So I like that for you, Divine Feminine Chronicles, and that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Alrighty. And up next, we got Samya Rao. Oro, thank you so much for being here. Hello. And You want a career growth reading for this month. And also, could you please suggest, should you continue or quit the current job? Confused at the moment. I understand. Okay, let's take a look here. So, a career growth reading for this month. And should you stay or should you go? Let's take a look here. Yeah, you've got the chariot card, which is one, it's the power of choice card. And sorry for the brightness there. Let me see if I can get it to, there we go, a little clearer. And it is the victory card. It is the movement card. Um, I don't feel um, I feel like you're going to find a job and then you'll quit. I don't feel like you're going to quit and then go find a job, because this is the power of choice card too, which tells you, like, the with any career growth, and I got a couple more cards to show you here in a sec, but with any, like, if I hate my job, um, wherever I go, I'm gonna be there. And so, the hatred of the job is in here, not out here in the job. So it's like when I'm trying to get away from the monkey, but the monkey's on my shoulder, it's always gonna be there till I get it off my shoulder. And so whatever is going on in the inside about this, the feelings of I'm not happy with what I'm doing, I'm unhappy. And I happen to be unhappy while I'm doing what I'm doing. So it has to do with this inner reflection, because the high priestess is about stepping back, looking at yourself, connecting to the higher realms. What is it that would make your heart sing? What is it that makes your heart feel full? Do more of that. This is joy and celebration. So they're like, focus on this, go behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions, and, you know, understand what it is. What could you do that would make you happy? What would you enjoy doing? But more so, how can you express your happiness? You know? So there's a fine line between, sometimes, you know, we're just done with the job and we're ready to go somewhere else. But if we don't deal with what's going on in the inside of us, we'll eventually. I have so many friends and so many readings I've done in my life where people are like, why do I keep picking jobs that are horrible? Like, well, why did you choose to go to your last job? Well, it looked great. It had all this and this and this and this. And I go, well, what's wrong with it? Well, they just don't appreciate me. And I'm like, oh, what about the previous job? Yeah, it was great in the beginning, but then they stopped appreciating me. Well, what about this job? They stopped appreciating me. And you start realizing the message, what we are seeing in the mirror of the job, is for us. And once we look at that, we can realize, "Oh, okay, so how am I not appreciating myself?" And then once I start appreciating myself, I start seeing the job appreciate me more. But even then, that's the start, right? And when I see that I'm appreciated, do I love the company again? Or I'm still like, yeah, but this isn't what I want to do. This isn't the kind of work that makes me feel good. Like me, I was in at a company for over 25 years, almost 25 years. And I enjoyed customer service. I enjoyed being a manager and helping people grow and pursue their dreams and their promotions and doing all that wonderful stuff. I hated firing people, because I felt, bad. But in the end, I was like, I loved doing all that, but then I wanted more. I wanted to make more of a difference and live my dream. And that's why I do what I do now. But there's this transformation that happens. So I know that sounds confusing. So we'll get it down to three steps. One, how am I unhappy on the inside? And why am I unhappy? Once we go inward and look at that, then we see, what do I feel the job? What is the job mirroring to me? What is the job telling me about me? Okay. And then once I realize that and I adjust that within me, like, they don't appreciate me. Okay, well, let me start appreciating myself and not looking for them to define me, but I define me, right? And so once I do that, step three is, do I really want to do this job anymore? And then you have all this power of choice that comes in. So you can move and go wherever you want. but you're the one with the power of choice that puts the story to what's happening, the emotion of what's happening, the energy into what's happening, and the actions. So it's not the job doing it to you, you're doing it to yourself. And once we realize that, we can make a change and we can go a different direction if we so choose. Right. All right. And that's what they have for you there, Samira. So many blessings to you. All right. Mia, Mia, you will be up next here. Let me just double check here. All right. So Nova Nova, I still don't see another question from you, Nova Supernova. So if you are here, just let me know. Um, and then Patty, thank you so much for your donation. Hello, hello. And how are the Gemini X's feelings towards you? Has he moved on completely? Uh-oh. Let me move that out of the way there. Okay. Ooh, that last bit of the lemon has the lemon in there. Oh, okay. No problem, Nova. I just wanted to make sure. YouTube's been acting weird. I guess I should start saying I'm grateful that YouTube's working back wonderfully. All right, so let's take a look here, Patty. What is going on with this Gemini split personality? And no offense to Geminis, I'm an Aquarius. We're the multiple personality of the zodiac. We think the split personality is cute because that's two, but we have like a legion in us. All right. Okay. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, and then what's this about here? Okay. Yeah, we got the 3 of Wands here. The 3 of Wands does tell us here that they've chosen to go in a different direction. Um, they see here, like, the feelings that they have towards you, they see you as someone who is strong, you have your inner strength, and the 8 of Wands is a lot of passion too. So they see you as a very passionate individual, a lot of energy, and a lot of inner strength too. So they've got this, um, positive, those like the positive flowing things. They still in, of course, in their little mind. They have the little conflicting thoughts here. They remember the verbal conflict, the conflict or the difference of beliefs, or you know, which makes sense here with that. Um, right? When there's like this, the Gemini mind, they're always going to have conflicting thoughts anyway. So they always have all this going on here and all that stuff that's happening. So we see that. And I like here that your higher self is calling you to a new place, a new direction, and trust that it almost reminds me of like the Tower card. It's like the Judgment card is your higher self calling you to a different place. That when people are moved, people don't leave us, we don't lose jobs. People are moved out of our life for us, and we're moved out of their life for their journey, and we are moved out of jobs, and whatever things change in our life, our higher self knows what it wants, and it's maneuvering things in our life so that because it's always for our highest what we're wanting to experience. And so when those things happen, we're like, okay, I understand this happened for me and not to me. We move from victimhood to gratitude. Things change, right? But I like that they're bringing that in there that, yeah, they were moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose because I've got something so much more in store for you here. And I feel like, did we just have the Sun card come up here for you? This feels familiar. Yeah, I feel like there's something. But anyway, there's this joy, this celebration, the 10 of cups, emotional fulfillment. What you're really looking for in a higher love it comes in here. So we definitely have this here for the future, but this is not the Gemini. The Gemini was moved out of your way so you can move on the path toward this, which is something more beautiful, something more fulfilling, um, more deserving. So I like it for you, Patty. I love the experiences that you've gone through because it's like your higher self is showing me um, you've learned a lot about yourself through your relationships and interactions. And one of the things that's funny is like when you meet this person in the future, you're gonna be like, I'm so glad that I met all these other people because they showed me how good I have it now. And I wouldn't have known how good I have it and how fitting and wonderful that this person is for me if I hadn't met all these others who were not a fit, there was, not enough there, so I like it for you, Patty. Amazing what happens when you close off completely, right? I like it. So, I like it. Yeah, it's like a new direction. So that is what they have for you, so many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. Yeah, right, for sure. Alright. All right. All right, Nova, thank you for your question there. And then Love 1234, I do have your other donation, so we will go to you next. So, Nova, what are the transitions that are taking place that's leading you towards your dreams goals for the future? And what does Spirit want you to know about it? All right. I get you. Yeah, I see how you've carefully worded the question. A lot of thought in there. So let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. So you've got looks like an E. It's like one card and then dun dun dun. So I feel like these three are the transitions that are taking place that are leading you towards your dreams and your goals. And then what do they want you to know about them? Okay, let's see here. Okay, and then one, two, two, and three. Okay, I see what you're doing. Right. Well, let's see what this first one is here. All right. Well, this makes sense. This is what's starting off here, which is what? Your dreams come true. So, this is, of course, the start. They're confirming, yes, this is all about how to make your dreams come true, the transitions that are taking you to a place towards your dreams. So, this is exactly as they were saying dreams. And here's the three different areas. So, number one, ooh, so you got the Two of Cups, which is partnerships, important relationships. It doesn't need to be romance, but the transitions that are happening is there are individuals that are coming in that help you along your path as well. I feel like we have talked about this, and I'm always amazed with as many readings as I do when they bring something up. I'm like, oh, okay, this is blah, blah, blah. We talked about a month ago, so I know it's them, not me. But I felt like there was a mentor that you were gonna meet, someone who, let's see if with yeah, okay, someone who is doing or has done or has helped people, towards a dream like yours, right? And, part of this is getting to know them. And I don't feel like it's like an agent or I don't feel like it's someone you hire. I feel like it's an actual, like, important relationship you build with someone, and they kind of take you under their wing a little bit to help you and go, "I see what you want to do, and let me tell you some stuff. Let me drop some stuff here." Yeah, or you'll find them. Yeah, and here you have the Prince of Swords, the Page of Swords. So there is new communication coming in here soon for this. Um, and you will see it. It's about seeing things from a higher perspective. And they help you see things from a different perspective. I feel like maybe an air signy type of individual because of the swords. I just feel like they're very much, um, in that. But I like it because they give you a lot of information. They give you a lot of viewpoints. So I like that. So that's an important thing to be looking out for. And I feel like, um, yeah, right. Well, they're saying here that it's not about waiting for them to show up at your door and knock. I feel like you find them by you taking action. Like, um, if you are attending music festivals or music nights, or um, if there's venues that have live performers, I feel like it's important for you to get out and to watch them and talk with them, even street performers or whoever. It's like getting, and if you haven't inundated yourself into the music industry, because the music is your dream, right? Or whatever your dream is, inundate you, put yourself out into it. And I know it's like, ew, but this is where you find them, and this is how you glean and gain knowledge. So I like it. And then the other part of your journey here is letting go of expectations and go with the flow adventure, right? Don't try to control everything and look at it as an adventure. Look at it as going forward. Because the more rules and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, the hows, it's going to suck the life out of your dream. Instead, the full card is like, wow, I'm going on this adventure. You know the what and the why, right? Keep your why and keep your what, but then the how and the when, and the who, you leave that up to creator, and that's where the adventure comes in. You just keep focused on your why and what, and then everything else unfolds, right? And then let's see what else they have about that here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here's the I like it. So you have the Queen of Swords who rules over thought and belief and expectation, but she's also balanced by water, right? All the queens are given a second portion of water, balancing heart and mind. And you have the Two of Swords when it comes to making decisions. This is close your eyes and open your heart. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So this is focusing on your why and the what, and let go of all these expectations. Everyone going, well, this is how you're supposed to do it. Your mentor, this individual who um, like takes you into your wing, doesn't try to control you. Tell you, they just tell you options. I tried this and I tried this and I tried this. I really didn't. Those weren't really for me, but these are things to think about. Um, so I like that. Yeah, close your eyes, and open your heart. See with your heart, not you with your eyes, right? And then you have the King of Cups, more balancing of the heart and the mind. Balancing of heart and mind. And so the transitions that are taking place here is your own oh my gosh, can you believe this? I mean, I love how these cards came out because I picked those three cards first and the other three cards came out separate, but they all have balanced out. I just love spirit. Here's balancing the things, looking at the fears. Um, so one of the big transitions that take place that leads you towards your dreams is you living life, you doing the inner work, you doing the stuff, right? Yay! I know, right? Yay, homework. But it's doing the things, right? It's like because the songs, the things that you do, what you share, they mean more when you've experienced it. Like when people interview and they're like, "Well, what was the motivation of this song?" How they do that in the, you know, on YouTube and different things, and, like, they're showing me Taylor Swift. I love her, because I feel her heart, and they like, "Well, where did this song come from?" She goes, "Well, let me tell you," and then that's what I feel like you're like, "Where did that song come from?" They're like, "Wow, well, I had this happen in my life, and this is the journey I went on to blah 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 to do to blah 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 blah." And so you doing this self balancing, you how you've learned to transform your lower vibrational fear into the you know upper vibration. That's what your songs are about, right? That's like a big piece of what you are bringing in, is you're sharing the starting of the and you bring into the and so you experiencing that and doing that in reality in your own life is what the motivation and the source of your songs are, right? So I feel like that's what's there. So it's beautiful. I like it. I'm not a Swiftie, but I do love her. I there's not anyone I hate anyway, but I when you feel people's emotions and you understand what they've gone through and where they're coming from, you just don't hate anyone, right? Yeah, you got it. All right. So those are the three things they want you to just look at right now, and I feel like that's enough, right? For now. So that's what they have, and many blessings to you. And thank you for your additional donation. Supernova. I like it. Yeah. Well, that's what it is, and I see that like in your album. Yeah, life is a journey. It's kind of tough, but it's still great. Love, Supernova. Yeah, no, it's good. It's we do. I mean, we get drawn out into the world and all the reminders to come back. It's great. Yeah, it's just like, okay, keep it simple. Boom, boom, boom. Keep it simple. We get drawn out into those things, then that's what distracts us, right? But that's another a song, distraction, right? How do I bring myself back? How do I keep bringing myself back to me? Boom! Look at ooh, write that down. That's a good lyric. You can have that. It's free. All right. So thank you again and love 1, 2, 3, 4. So you were up next, and then Rue, you'll be up after that. You're very welcome. All right. So thank you again for your additional donation. And let's see what we got going on here. Okay. And then number two. Okay. All right. So for number one here, we've got this energy that is coming in with the Six of Pentacles is them learning about they're out of balance giving and receiving, right? So they got that child work that's still keeping things. I feel like they do want this type of relationship here, right? But, we got this little, thing that's keeping the inner child's keeping it at bay. It's going, nope, you haven't earned that yet. You don't deserve that yet, right? So they're keeping it over yonder. But I do feel like they do want to move forward here. We've got the Knight of Cups, which is emotional movement. We got the Chariot, which is movement, 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 victory, victory, victory. Yeah, yeah, because we're asking specifically about you. Um, and so, they've got this, energy that's coming in here. But the biggest thing is they have to find their self love first because they can't love anyone else. Um, More than to the extent they love themselves, right? We talk about that here on the channel quite a bit because it's Like, "Do they love me?" And it's like, "Well, no, but they don't love themselves, and that doesn't have anything to do with you." It's like, "Oh, so because, we they showed me this because it makes so much sense." I go, "When I love myself this much, no matter how much love I wanna give someone else, it just drips out, and no matter how much love someone wants to give me, it just drips in." And but the more I, yeah, open up to my self-love, then I expand, not only this beautiful, eternal, unconditional love that's the foundation of my life and my worth, it also opens and expands my ability to give and receive to the humans too, which is great. So I like that. They have all this intention in there and this desire, but their little inner child self goes, "Mm-mm, you don't deserve that yet." And so, they haven't reached that 1,000 coin hatch mark to get the one love coin. So when they balance the stuff as they do their inner work, then, this can happen here. So it is definitely within their being there. And then your other question here, well, I had answered it and you were supposed to get it yesterday or whenever you were getting paid. And so I'm like, "Well, what's going on?" They're like, "Well, energy." Because we've got the devil card shaking and rattling stuff up around beliefs. We've got the 7 of swords shaking and rattling. You're aware of some of your mindsets and beliefs that keep things from you, but there's still some below the surface here. And the Knight of Swords here is this pursuit of, getting that, of heading there. And so our energy is what keeps things from us. And so this belief about worth, this belief about whatever this belief that's in the bottom here, that's so like it almost feels demanding. Um, there's some how we're relating things about our worth below the surface here. With all this thinking, overthinking, and fears are coming in here around this. So, okay, you get it. You're like, okay, I understand. Because there is this, um, everything happens for us. That's if we could, like, the top 10 things is that um, things don't happen to us. So if we don't get what we think we deserve or that we want, then there's a reason why, and it's either for us to become aware of fears, or for us to become aware of barriers that we have below the surface, and it's usually one or the other. And it's like, oh, okay, it's always for us, but it's a matter of what is it? Um, and the biggest thing that we can do, or one of the biggest things that we can do, is just step back and go, just take deep breaths and step out of the fear of things and go, okay, why did I want this to happen for me? What is it allowing me to release? Because sometimes they're showing me, like, in of course, working for, in corporations for 40 years or whatever, you're like, yeah, I remember how I used to go to my it stands out in my mind. I went to one of my cool bosses. He was so like one of the best bosses I ever had. And because he just listened, he just listened to me go, and I don't know why they're doing this, and blah, 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 blah." And then I would look at him for agreement, whatever, and he'd go, you are very passionate about this. So what do you think we can do about it? I loved it. So it evidently made an impression because I remember it all the time. You're very passionate about that. I am. He made me laugh because I'm like, I am very passionate about this. And I'm done. I'm going back to my office now because I realized I was just venting. But getting to the root of why did it bother me? So I like it. Okay. So that's what they have for you, Love 1234. Again, thank you for your extra donation and for your sense of humor. All right, Rue. I believe Rue, you're up next. Let me just scroll up here to make sure. Yes. All right. So Rue, thank you for your donation. No, LA, I haven't done a ton of free readings yet, so, you haven't missed it. Hasn't been done. Alright, so Rue, so you wanna know Vom's first impression of you, is he attracted to you? Alright, let's take a look here. Ah, very nice. Ooh. Well, that's a good sign that he asked for your number. Ah, very nice, very nice. Alright, let's take a look here. Okay, okay. So that's first impression. Okay, so attracted to. All right. So, first impressions. Well, obviously, bright sunshine, joy. That it's like a very bright, energetic. Just like I feel like a giant smile with this card here. So I feel like that was their first impression was like, wow, you've got this huge, huge smile here. I feel like they have this impression here that below the surface, they know that it's okay, so the combination of this, if you've ever heard of Pollyanna, which is like someone who's just no matter how they're feeling on the inside, they're like, everything is great. No, everything's great. And you can just tell that they're just that's not how they're really feeling. That's not you. This is like they see that you have this pure pure love, this pure brightness, and they also know that when you feel what you wanna feel, you don't judge, like, if someone needs to feel upset, someone gets to feel upset, it's okay. Don't not feel and don't, repress your emotions. They feel like you are someone who allows your emotions to be expressed. And I like that. I feel like you express different sides of yourself through that. And they like that you're real is kind of overall like you share who you really are. You don't put on these facades. And so they like that. Um, They also, at first impressions, they have like you put off this independence, feeling that you are secure within yourself. A lot of energy, with the 10 of Wands too. They're like, "Wow, you" kinda like I was just talking about, "You're very passionate." I feel like you're this brightness, you're excited about life and you have this love for life. So I like all this. It's all positive impressions that are coming in here. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it. Yeah, maybe, and this could be like you know, past life connections. I don't know if when we talked, like when we pulled cards, but there's like it's past life connection, right? There's this is exactly the feeling like you meet someone you've known before, but this is the first time you've met him in this lifetime because there's some emotional connection that's below the surface from past lifetimes. So you just like you felt comfortable. But he liked it. He liked all of this though. Um, so I do like that. And then attraction to you, there is, I mean, with all of this, there is attraction. They like this Queen of Pentacles, this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, this new birth. They do want to, that's why they took your number, they do wanna have this go forward. They've had some pain in their past, they've had disappointments and they fear rejection like anyone else. They fear, failure like anyone else. So, just if you sense this, which you're very intuitive and feel people's emotions, you feel this, so you're like, okay, I get it. Just know that this is about their past pain and not about you, because there's very positive energies here. So I like it, Rue. I like it. So that is what is coming in here, and all that positive energy. They definitely, I feel, they will call you to go do something else too. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is what they have for you right now, Rue. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, with all that, stuff, they're just like, "Wow." It's like you're bright. It's like you're just like this bright light. They're like they really, it's refreshing, for them to see that. It is. It is. Alright. I am doing well, Crow's Nest. And I hope you are doing well, and thank you for your donation. And you wanna know what will Hugo's next actions towards you be in the near future? You're trying to see if he will ask you to make it official? Pin you like the olden days? "Here's a pin, we're going steady." You're very welcome, Rue. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna take a sip of my cold coffee here. Ah, very nice. So we'll see if they're smart enough to move forward, huh? Okay. Yeah, I see that here with the temperance, the slowly unfolding, the base metal slowly turning into gold here. So I see the temperance coming in here. Whoa, sorry if I bumped the camera there. Earthquake. Um, I like all this. I mean, we've got yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of information that are flooding into my brain. So one step at a time. We got the Knight of Wands, which is great. Fastest moving knight out of them all, passion and movement. And we got the Hierophant. The Hierophant does represent commitment. It's one of the meanings for the card here. So I feel like they will officially announce it here soon. Excuse me, because that Knight of Wands is the fastest moving horse, the horse on fire. So, I definitely see that coming here. I feel like what they're doing, because of course the next question is like, "What's holding them up? What's the problem?" And we've got the King of Pentacles, so they're working on a strong foundation. They're working up their bravery, their worth, with it all. And they have the King of Wands too. And so they're learning to stand into their power here. We got the divine masculine energy. They are ready to step forward. They're working on the courage to step forward here with these cards coming in here. I feel like they're wanting to step up. They're wanting to do this. But they have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to the authentic them and not being drawn off by what people are expecting. They're supposed to, there should, there need to, there have to, there must, that type of thing. So I like it. They are working on it. Yeah. Okay. So they are working on the fives are transformation. So they're transforming some old emotions, transforming some old mindsets, which those are the things that are impacting their worth and how they feel about themselves. So um, in a way, they want to make sure. I feel like they've moved faster in the past, and it just combusts and it poops out, and they just don't want to do that again. They're just wanting to make sure before they commit, um, and that they're ready for it, and that you're ready for it, and that it's not going to be what they've had before. Which I already feel here with these cards. I mean, I don't feel like they feel but like it's something they've had before, um, which I feel is why this Knight of Wands makes sense because suddenly they're just like, okay, what am I doing? This isn't. There's no signs of anything of the past happening. So what am I waiting for? It smells like they're in the mirror. Come on, it's not your first rodeo. Come on, you can do it. Let's go do this. We're gonna do this. What are we afraid of? Come on. So I like it. But very positive there. And I feel like we want to do a power of surrender card here. Not frustrated. Surrender frustration. It says on the bottom, frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving any dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly, which I feel you're doing. I don't feel like you're, you know, what's going on? But I feel like you're just like, okay, it's gonna take as long as it's gonna take, and I'm gonna let him take his time. Uh, as long as you're enjoying the journey, right? It's like the frustration about timing. That's where our frustration comes in, is things aren't happening enough the way I think they should be happening. And when we do that, we look at what does these words coming out of their mouth saying, "I'm committed to you," what what does that change, right? When we really look at it. They're reminding me, I was walking down the hallway at work once, and there's 2 people. They were really, really close friends, and I was close friends with one, and not so much I just knew the other one, not we're close friends. But she was like, "Oh my god, he told me he loved me." And and the one was like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you." And they looked at me, and I'm like, "I love hamburgers." And they were like, "What?" And I'm like, "The hamburger doesn't really care that I love it or not. The hamburger stands on its own." It's like this, what does it matter when someone committing or someone telling us they love us? All these different things. It's like this, hmm, you know, type of things that come in, you know. So it's really, really interesting. But that is what is happening there. So, right? So I like that. I like the awareness that they are bringing around that. It's like, oh, okay. And I was actually engaged to be engaged decades ago. And what ended the relationship or helped with it anyway. Yeah, yeah, I feel like it too. Well, they are Libra, right? But there was this um I was actually going to become a missionary in the religion I was at the time, and like I wanted to go like over to some where they were struggling and help them learn how to build and water sources and things like that, and then just share the love of God, not like try to convert them, which was a lot of missionary work, was go and help people if they will convert. I'm like, that doesn't seem like the love of God. But I was excited. I was like, I want to go help the world. And this girl that I was dating at the time, she was like, yeah, I want to do that too. She was like pharmacist tech. And so we went to started to look at rings, and I'm like, well, why don't we just get bands, you know, because we're going to be missionaries. And if we get a big rock, and that rock on your finger is going to pay for the food of the village or town for a year, you're going to end up missing a finger trying to hold on to that ring. And she was on board with it in the beginning till she started to talk to her friends at work who were like, well, no, the size of the ring tells you how much they love you. And when she told me that, because she wanted to revisit the ring scenario, I was like, I would think that my faithfulness to you and how I treated you every day showed you how much I cared for you, not the size of the ring. So that started the little because, you know, but that's all right. It ended up parting ways eventually in a very amicable, kind of an interesting thing. We had a prophet that came to town that had words from God, and the word, like, they had a prophecy over her. It was like a little home thing that we went over to someone's home, a prophet that went from town to town, and they told her that, um, her whoever she was with wasn't the one that she was gonna be with, they were the false one that someone knew was gonna be coming in, that was who she would be with. It's kinda like a tarot reader, but it was in, Christianity, so they had to call 'em prophets, right? But, so when we went outside, we had gone in separate cars, because we came at different times, and she was like, "Oh, so did you hear what he said?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I go She goes, "Why are you smiling so big?" Because I was like, "I'm free." But it's funny. But, so I feel like there's, like, I don't know why they're having me tell you that story. I got caught up in the story. Sorry, everyone. So a nice little tidbit of, things there. But, I think it had to do with the defining ourselves by what other people, you know, um, their feelings and things like that. It's like, no, we are self-contained, right? All right. So, all right, and I did get a cash app through here. All right, so thank you so much, Dijona, for your donation. And I believe, yep, I also, you were the first free reading, which I believe, did I get to anyone yet? I think I got to a couple of free readings. Maybe I haven't. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah, I left off with Mia Mia. So I did one. So you have that one as well, and we'll see what else they want you to know here too. But thank you so much, Crow's Nest, for your sense of humor and for your donation. All right. Let's see what they have coming in here for you. All right. Got all this. What you get a lot of waiting cards. You're going through this wonderful transformation here. You got the Hanged One, of course, seeing things from a higher perspective. This wonderful transformation. I like that you got the Prince of Wands because it shows here that you've had like all this stuff. I feel like your life at times just feels like you're like, why is it always on slow motion? Why is it going so slow? Why are things going, at a snail's pace sometimes? But I like this because here comes the Prince of Wands, which is like I said, Page of Wands, new passion, new drive, new energy. So it's like, all right, here's movement coming in here. I like that. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Princess of Cups. So the Page of Cups, new love, new emotion coming in, and the Wheel of Fortune spinning. So it feels like with all of this, that time, it's like, oh, thank goodness. It just feels like things that have been going so slow and things that have been taking so long uh, to make movement, you suddenly are like, oh my gosh, we're here. When did we get here? Did I doze off during this 5 hour, drive somewhere? And it just feels like it flies by suddenly. So I feel like there's things changing. There's like this energy, this passion, this love, this where your human is feeling very fortunate. That's the tune of for you, right? The wheel of fortune. So I like all this that's unfolding here. And uh, one of the things that comes in here too is with the Seven of Pentacles. This would normally be another waiting card, but because it comes after all of that, the second meaning of this card is that, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And when the fruit starts to grow, you're like, "Oh, apples? Did I really choose apples? Hmm. Okay. I'm not really into apples anymore. It took forever for the apples to grow, that by the time they've grown, you've changed. You're ready for something else. You're ready for a different, you know, fruit bearing tree, like avocados, so you can have a guacamole, right? Um, So I like this, that whatever is unfolding, you're ready for this change. You're ready to alter course and take a different direction. Yeah. And here's the magician. So you are in this step in this seat now where it's time to make a choice, to make a decision, and it's okay to change course. This is the divine masculine energy, action energy. So it's like, it's okay. It's okay. Feel like you've, because didn't, wasn't your original reading about letting people go? You have permission to let people go and move on. I feel like there's this big, um, it's not an upset in your life, it's an upward movement in your life where you're like, "Okay, I thought this was gonna be enough for me, but I'm bored. I'm ready for something new. I want something more exotic, something more exciting, and I like it for you." So that is what's coming through now for you, Dajona. So hopefully that resonates for you, and that's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings for you. And again, thank you for your donation. All right. So we are moving back to the free readings, and we left off on Mia Mia. I'm at 2.5 hours, so I'm only going to be on for about 30 more minutes. I'm going to start accelerating the free readings to one cards just to try to get through a few more. So, Mia Mia, you want to know a general reading for the next 3 months? Well, if you're going to get a one card reading for the next 3 months, this is one that you would want to get. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, emotional wish fulfillment. And I feel like each one of these represents, here's three for each of the 3 months, right? That each month you just feel like it's like an upgrade. Every month you just feel like you're getting closer and closer and closer to dreams coming true. And you have these emotional uh, steps that feel in your life where you just feel like, wow, I just feel so much happier and happier and happier. It just keeps on building on top of one another. So there is this wonderful energy that comes through all this. So I like these 3 months for you. I mean, what more can you say? We can look over, look at the if you haven't checked out the playlist for June, that was the monthly solstice. Um, so, it's for June 20th to July 20th, July 20th to August 20th, August 20th to September 20th. So that's like 3 months worth. You can glean some more information there. And especially if you're looking for a specific area of your life, look into the planet that rolls over that area of your life and watch the reading for that one because it will give you some more insight. I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you. All right. We took care of you, love. All right. Eliza, you will be the next free reading coming up here. And blessings to you. So your coworkers are talking behind your back. Did you record them? That's what you should do. Like plant some little bugs so that you can hear them, right? So you want to know, what are they gossiping about you? All right. Well, we'll see what spirit has to say here for you. But the biggest thing is to realize, and you got the judgment card, judgy people, right? Judgy coworkers. But this is your higher self calling you to this higher place. And this is like self-worth, inward and upward, a capital S self. So this message to you is like, who cares what they're saying about you? All that matters is that this is your foundation. This is your sense of worth. Because, and I know we all care about what people think about us in the beginning of our human existence because we are taught that as children. I got to fit into the tribe or I get ostracized and I will starve to death as a little child and get eaten by wolves on the edge of the town. That's the fear we have and what's input into us. We are tribal pack animals as human characters, right? So I understand. So spirit saying though, who cares? I define who you are. Your worth is self-worth. When we look for what what our value is from the outside world, we call that retail price, right? That is uh, what I feel I'm worth to others. And when we are basing our worth on outside world relationships with people, whether it is work people or romantic or family or friends or whatever, we feel unstable. When we define ourselves by situations or things, that's what we're taught. Relationship situations and things define you. And you're like, oh, okay. And when we do that, that's why we feel so unstable because people change, they pass away, they walk away. And their opinions of us change constantly depending what's going on inside of them. That's why there's the, famous memes of other people's opinion of you are none of your business, because it is none of our business. It doesn't have to do with us a whole lot at all. It has to do with what's going on inside of us, because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So if I am in a rotten mood, I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, everybody is rah, 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 right? I look at everyone and everyone is falling short and no good at all and rah, rah, rah. But if I wake up in a loving mood, oh, everyone's so wonderful. And then I stub my toe and everyone's awful. And then I have pancakes and everyone's wonderful. And then I have heartburn, too much syrup. Oh, everyone's horrible. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. People's opinions are fickle, they're constantly changing. Situations never stay the same, things break down, blow up, burn down. So, all that stuff on the outside world's unstable. And when we define ourselves by that, we feel unstable. So, eventually, we get tired of that. We turn inward and upward and we connect to the spirit world. And then we have that, unconditional love. Eternal unconditional love defines us, and we discover we're priceless, and that's what matters. Outside world, we end up on the clearance rack. Some days, some moments, it's constantly changing. And when people gossip out of fear. And so when other people are talking about you to other people, it's not about you either. What happens when people have a low self-esteem and they think other people are higher than them, they will try to destroy them to bring them down to the level they're at. And so when people are doing that, it's like, oh, they're gossiping about me. They must think I'm pretty hot stuff because they feel like they have to bring me down to where they're at. Boasters, people who boast about themselves, try to boast themselves up to where they think people are at, right? But if we also have a low self esteem and these people think we're up here and they try to destroy us, we feel like they're trying to make us feel lower than them. And that's not what's going on. What's going on is that they feel low about themselves because emotionally mature and confident people don't gossip about other people. They don't have to because they know who they are on the inside. So I feel like spirit's like, you don't need to know what they're gossiping about because it's not about you anyway. The things that people notice in other people that they don't like is because they recognize it within themselves. A monkey looks in a mirror, they see a monkey. A lion looks in a mirror, they see a lion. A squirrel looks in a mirror, they see a squirrel. A vampire looks in a mirror, they don't see anything because vampires don't have a reflection. So that's what spirit wants for you. They're like, you don't need to know. It's none of your business. That's all about them. I like it. So that's what's coming in, Eliza. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. So Kritika Malhotra. Hey, hey, hey. So will you become friends with your crush Arnav Sharma? So you have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups has this, she rolls over emotion and she's the master of emotion, not just the queen, because all the queens are given a second portion. So she's got double emotion. So she rolls over it. Much like the high priestess, she has this wonderful ability to connect with spirit and feel people's emotions and, has this emotional overflow of wonderful, wonderful emotional energy. Um, she reminds me of the high priestess, who the high priestess steps away uh, into her high priestess temple, connects with the upper spirit realm, looks behind the veil, dives deep into her own emotions. So I don't feel like you will become friends with them. I feel like they're having you take time to look inward and downward and look at your self-love right now, and the little butterfly, tiny little butterfly, just flew onto the window and flew away. Transformation, looking at, who you are and how do you feel about yourself, and I like this. I know we're drawn into the outside world and we have interest in people and we're drawn, but, sometimes spirit will throw the mirror for us and go, will you become friends with your crush, Kritika? Are you gonna crush on yourself? Are you gonna look into you and have that type of feeling for you? Because they can't give us what we're looking for. You gotta find that in here first. So, they're basically saying, no, but you're gonna the journey is that you're learning to crush on on your own self, which I like, you know. That's when you find the greatest love for yourself, you're just like every the rest of life just becomes so different. So that's what they have for you right now, Kritika. I know. What is it with your spirit guides? But that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All righty. Let me just see where we're at here. All right. All right, so we're scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Hey, Dominique. Hello, hello. Love and light to you. All right. And then Oshel Pereira or Sadana. Hello, hello. Ah, very good. So you did get your desired score. Boom. We knew you would. Awesome. Did you do a little better than you thought you did? Let's take a look here. All right, so we did those. Let me just look past all my stuff here. Okay, there you go. So, well, very good. So you have a question. Will you get an offer letter from Adelphi University within the next week or not? All right, let's take a look here. All right, let's see what we got here. You do have the 9 of Wands here, and this 9 of Wands feels very positive. 9 of Wands can sometimes feel like there's this block that we've been having here, but I like this energy here, and I feel like you are gonna get an acceptance letter within the next week or not, really depends on you. You see you have the black wolf and the white wolf. The 9 of Wands here, this Ace of Wands allows you to focus on whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So if you have gratitude in your heart and you're focusing on higher vibrational things like unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, all that gratitude, then that brings in more things to be grateful for and it comes in faster. When we're focusing on fears of like, I fear I won't get that letter, I fear I won't get in there, I fear what will come into my life or leave my life, that's lower vibrational energy. And what that does is it slows down things. It actually repels things out of our life. It draws in the things that we fear because that's what our energy does. Like attracts like. When I focus on lower vibrational energy, lower vibrational love, then I get lower vibrational things and experiences and people, and then the opposite happens as well. So I feel like you are going to get accepted. Within the next week is up to you. So if you focus on gratitude, it'll come in within the next week. If not, it'll come in like in the next couple weeks after that. So I like it for you, Ashel. So you get to experience and experiment with your energy, right? So I like it. You get to step into your power. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings for you. Okay. All right. And then Michelle Lizia, you are up next here. So happy weekend to you as well. And you absolutely can get a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. Okay. So a general reading, you have the 8 of Swords. I like this. Eights are flowy. type of energy. And the Eight of Swords is that you're becoming aware this weekend of and letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that had made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted in the past that wouldn't allow you to move forward. But there's this wonderful, wonderful freedom with the eagle coming in here. They are releasing, and you're releasing yourself from these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. They allowed you to feel the restriction that you wanted to feel when you came here, but you are done. You're ready to let those things go. If you haven't watched the pick a card that I put out this week of where you can use some freedom in your life, I feel like with that eagle, it really jumped out to look at that. So if you haven't, check that out because it's a pick a card reading and you can get some more information on that too. So I'd like it, Michelle. That's what they have for you right now. But be sure to check that pick a card because I feel like they're like, that's enough there. She needs to go there. So that's what we're doing. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay, we answered those already. Appreciate your patience. Now I'm just going through here. We've got some of the ones I've already answered. Just want to make sure I'm not going too fast where I skip over anyone. All right, so LA. Here you are. So, what's your future firstborn going to be like? Uh-oh. Well, it's the curse of the mother, right? That your firstborn is going to be just like you, right? Ooh. So, a water sign. So, this is good. Um you're like, "No." So, wonderful, wonderful. Um It's like a little mom. I feel like well, they're gonna have a lot of divine feminine energy here. So possibly a female, but that doesn't always mean that. But a lot of divine feminine energy, Mother Luna type of, I feel like they start off like being a little mother themselves. Like I feel like little mama keeps coming in. But definitely deep connected, possibly a water sign or a water moon when they're born. But it's they very, very uh, connected to emotions in the spirit world. Very much, deep dives into this, the unconscious and the subconscious. She's very connected to the spirit world. So I wouldn't be surprised if she saw, spirits when she's young. And so, of course, you will support that, not make her suppress it, and help her be comfortable and not afraid with what she's seeing and hearing, because she's going to base her interpretation of what's happening based on your reaction, right? So if you're like, "Mom, I see great grandma Ruth, in my room," you're like, "What is she saying?" You can go in there and go, "What is she telling you? What does she look like?" You're embracing it rather than going, "Oh my God, you can't see things. You can't let everyone ever know that." That action will make her suppress it and push it down. The other will have her support it and feel. And you can help glean and with her as well because you've learned a lot and you are learning a lot about putting up, a shield to protect from taking on everyone else's emotions. You're going to teach her very early on how she can go. Like, imagine you have a little jello mold or a little forest field around you, and people's emotions stick in there, but you don't have to take them on. And it's okay. You can feel them. You don't have to solve it all. You can teach her from an early age. So I like it. So it's a little nugget of what your firstborn's going to be like. So there you go. Alrighty. And then Kanisha Demon, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation down below, I believe. Yes, we sure do. You hope, Scorpio. You're funny. All right. So, Brittany McFarlane, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, what does the universe want you to know? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know right now. They're being very, very specific, which they always are anyway. You're very welcome, LA. Okay. And Brittany, I feel like they also want to give you a oracle card, and you can choose. I'll let you choose between 1 through 7. So you can choose that, and then I will pull that for your final message. But we'll look at these first. All right. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Very good. So you actually got the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. So I will put that over here for a moment. So right now, you have this um slowness, right? You're like, oh God, not the Knight of Pentacles, but it's the slow journey and things have slowed down a little bit, but it's because this knight is on a quest for the Ace of Pentacles, which is about looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I like it because it feels like you're not, this isn't like you're starting this, like you've been in this and you're just like, please, please tell me, bruddaZEN, that it's ending soon. It's ending soon. Yay. Because you've been doing this fun work, right? We put fun in quotation marks. 7 of Swords, you've been learning here. Like you were aware before of some of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that made you feel restricted, like this moon within the antlers, right? So you had that feeling, but you knew that there was some stuff below the surface here, right? These other swords, these other thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that were there. And you were doing a good job at keeping them down there and not having them bubble up too much. But you got to the point with the 10 of Swords where you were like, I have had enough trying to please everyone. And, the 10 of Swords is, it's like usually it's someone like face down with 10 swords in their back. They're exhausted at trying to live up to everyone's expectations. Everyone's supposed to and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And you're just like, I've had it. And that's when you went into this, the world went into the slow and you started chopping away, looking at these fears, dropping beliefs, and making this movement towards standing into being true to your authentic self, saying a polite screw you to everyone else who was trying to make you be someone you weren't. A polite one. It was a nice polite one, you know. But you're like, no, I'm gonna be me. I've got to live and be me. I just can't stand not being myself anymore. And that's the great thing. When we reach a point in our life when our fears are outweighed by the ugly feeling of not being our true self, that is when we make change. That's when we are brave and step forward. When our fears outweigh this ugly feeling, we tend not to make change because it's like it's not worth it yet. It's not outweighed, right? Well, I feel like you've reached that point because you have here whoops. Okay, we'll start with this one. The Eight of Pentacles, which is the Eight of Pentacles says you've done the work, you put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and now your outside world is about to change. It's about to progress. It's like the Wheel of Fortune in a way, but it's like here's the phases. You've done the work, and now things are about to speed up and move forward. This is going to be in relationships. This is going to be in job, if you're in school, education, every area of your life that you've been ripping away. And I feel like you've like it's been an overhaul of like every area of your life you've been cutting away these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And all those areas are where you're going to see movement, but things can't stay the same. It's like you've been on this road, but now you've changed, and so you can't go forward anymore. You either have to go up, well, you're gonna go up. There's no other way for you to go but up. But people in other situations that can't follow you, they have to go down, and so there's a separation that happens, and it's okay. I mean, we talk about it here, the example Spirit gave of a bunch of caterpillars hanging out together and you're like, "Oh yeah, let's all go into our cocoons and we'll come out butterflies and oh my god, the places we're going to go." because we're going to be able to flutter and fly and not have to crawl like a little, caterpillar. We're going to be able to go over streams and fly miles and miles and miles, like the monarch. They fly, I think they go like 1,000-mile um, migration, from I think Mexico up into the United States. Like they can fly so far. And everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. So you go into your cocoon, which is what you've been doing, and you've been stripping away the caterpillar, became caterpillar juice, and you've are letting things fall away, and you've been developing your wings, and you're transformed, and you're struggling, and you're about to get out of the cocoon, and this your wing muscles are so strong of the struggle of getting out of the cocoon, and then you look around and you're like, why is everyone still caterpillars? And maybe there's one or two that are also butterflies looking at everyone else going, why is everyone still caterpillars? And other ones like, oh, it seemed like so much work. We decided to wait. And they just been eating a bunch of leaves in the meantime. And so they're these fat caterpillars, and you at least, at the very least, is a butterfly. And you're going, wait, there's a little problem. I cannot undo myself to become a caterpillar again. I cannot go backwards. I have to go up. I have to fly. I can't eat leaves anymore. I go eat nectar from flowers. I've changed. I can't continue to do what I've always done. So, and like we say, we never see butterflies carrying around caterpillars. They're like, well, I got to leave the caterpillars behind, and I'm going to go fly. I'm going to go live and be, and the caterpillars get to stay and do caterpillar things, and that's okay. That was their choice. But butterfly gets to fly. And that's what's happening here for you. Literally. Oh, look at there's a butterfly. See if I can get it to focus. Maybe. There it goes. Beautiful, beautiful card here. So joy, celebration, success. The butterfly gets to go and have the nectar of the peace and the understanding of life. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful adventure type of energy here. So I feel like this is what they want you to know right now, Brittany. It's just a small thing. I love it. And to finish up your reading, we have the Psychic Tarot Oracle. So let's take a look here. All right. And your final card is here. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Recognition and reward. Take a bow. You have done it. In fact, I think, is this the, yeah. So that card is this card. So being true to your authentic self. So I love it. Which is so huge. It's like I am being true to me. I'm being a butterfly. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. This card also comes forth to represent a family or a group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. So these would be the other butterflies. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card's a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. I love that because let's see if I can get it to focus here. On the back of the butterfly is your child self flying. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that is what they have for you, Brittany. Many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I love, love, love that for you. All right. Let's see. We left off here. Let me see. So we did those. We did those. Maybe, maybe. Sorry, let me just see. I think I lost my place here somewhere. Okay, I remember doing those. I remember doing that. Oh, there I am. All right, just a moment here. I just want to double check something here. Okay. So, Kanishka Diman, you like a general reading? So let's take a look here. So you got the Hierophant coming in here, and the Hierophant is this invitation to go deeper and deeper into understanding who you truly are. Who do you truly want to be? Like, express yourself in this life. How do you want to express yourself, and what do you want to achieve? It's like really stepping up and having this knowledge, seeing things differently, not trying to fit in, doing what everyone's been telling you you're supposed to and should need to, but it's this invitation into the maze, the scavenger hunt to determine who you really are and to connect higher. So it's almost in a way like an invitation from your spiritual entourage of spiritual posse on the other side and your higher self to in spirit, to come into this relationship, to step away, to really get an idea of who you truly are. So there's this big, big opening. Um, if you want, and sorry, my butt is getting numb from sitting so long. I'm squirming, like sit still. Um, but maybe that's what they're telling you is you've been sitting still and you're existing and you're ready to live and you're trying to figure it out. Maybe you're getting antsy. Maybe that's what I'm channeling. It's just like I'm just tired of sitting. My butt's getting numb. I want to act. I want to get movement. I want to move forward. So I like that for you. If you check out my main page, there's series. It's a U times two series, which is getting to know the two of you that are living this human existence, your human character and this actor behind the character, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. So I like this for you. If you want to check it out, it's free. Just click on my name, the bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to my main page. It's like the fourth playlist down. It's series, and it's right there. So that's what they have for you, Kanishka. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Let me just see where we're at here. All right. So, Lizzie Sincere, hello, hello. So, what are changes are happening next in life? I got the Seven of Cups coming in. So there is a lot of emotional choice coming up here for you. You have some of the old ways that you felt about things. But I feel like with the Seven of Cups, you're offered this opportunity to choose differently, to feel differently, right? So I like this coming in here. I feel like there's this energy to come in here of instead of feeling like, okay, I'm supposed to feel angry, resentful, I'm supposed to plot revenge, whatever. There's different emotions, higher emotions that you can learn to choose. And it's not normal meaning of this card, but I feel like what they're bringing in here is this time is this great place to learn about uh, the power of emotional choice. Every moment is a choice between two emotionally. Actually, it's a story, an emotion, energy, action. All of those areas, we choose each moment either a higher vibration love energy or a lower vibration love energy, which is rooted in fear. Unconditional love or fear of failure, fear of losing conditional love, fear of rejection. So it's either one or the other. And whatever is coming forward, it's like you're offered, which one do you want to choose? You're like, well, I want to choose that one. That's what I always choose. I'm going to get upset. And you're like, I'm kind of bored of that. You know what? I'm going to choose to laugh instead. I'm going to choose to have joy. I'm going to choose to be grateful for things. And you're going to experiment over this time about how you can put and change how you want to approach and look at different situations. We're taught when we're growing up, when this happens, this is how you're supposed to, this is the story it's supposed to mean, this is how I'm supposed to feel, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is how I'm supposed to invest my energy. But you're like, you don't have to do that. You get to choose. And I feel like what's coming up here next in your life is that you're learning the power to choose that. And I like it for you. So that's what's coming in, Lizzie. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Let's see where we at on time here. I'm hitting um, 3 hours here. Hey, Charlene. So I'm glad that you made it on here. I'm not sure if you have responded yet, but I'm glad I got you, hopefully live. Um, I did send an email, so be sure to check your spam or junk. And I've also sent texts to both of your phone numbers you gave me for your reading. So hopefully, maybe you don't have texting. Maybe that's the problem. But I did do that. So hopefully, check those. All right. So let me know if you got any of that there. All right. So Wanda, you were wondering where are your car keys? Well, let's take a look here and see if Spirit will give you any guidance on that here. So you have the 9 of Wands here, and I feel like they're behind something because this represents like a barrier. And so I feel like there's something either on top of it, or it's behind something. It would be like, not that this is where they are, but it'd be like for some reason they're behind the curtain, like there was something that was closed, or they're in a drawer, like a cabinet or the refrigerator. It's like it's behind something that normally wouldn't be there, and it's blocking your view. So they're behind something that's blocking your view. They're not like in plain sight. But I just, that's what's coming in there, Wanda. I wish if they would just tell me like exactly where they are. They said temperance, patience, you'll find them. Just close your eyes and walk yourself backwards and go, where was I last? But they're saying, have patience, you will find them. So I like that. All right. All right. Hey, Seema, let me just see where we're at here. Yay! Okay, good. Glad that we were able to connect here. So be sure. And I sent the email not last night, but the night before. So you might check back to see Saturday, Friday, Thursday night. So the night that you requested the personal reading was the night that I sent the email after my session that night. So it was late that night. So it should be like Thursday night, Friday, early Friday morning, um, depending on your time zone where you're at. All right. So Seema, you want to know, will you pass your exams this year? Let's take a look here. Wow, 2 of Wands. It's within your power to do so. So I like it. The 2 of Wands is basically saying that you hold the energy in your hands. Whatever you focus on most is what grows and expands. So it's very empowering. And that's where you want the energy, and the possibilities is within you, right? So if you're focusing on fears of what if I fail, what if I don't pass, what if, and whatever our energy focus on is what we draw. Like attracts like. So if I fear something, I draw. If I fear failure, I draw failure. And especially in taking exams, when I'm in fear, when the human goes into fear, we go into fight or flight mode. And the intelligent side that has access to our subconscious and our brain, where we store everything that we've learned and listened to, is out the door. Our body shuts down and throws out of the control room our intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, and a little 2-year-old and its pet cat are what are in charge. And you do not want them taking your test, right? So if you can keep yourself out of fear and focus on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, you stay connected to your higher brain and your subconscious, and you're able to ask spirit for answers and they're able to access it. You get all this information, you have access to your amazing, brilliant brain, and then you have success. So, in a way, um, it impacts you twice with your wherever you're focusing your energy, right? Just in general in your life, whatever you focus on, you draw to you. But when you're going to go take a test, that's where test anxiety comes from, is when people go into fear, they go out of their minds and they don't remember anything they learned. But if we can learn to calm ourselves before we go in, breathe. If you feel anxiety rising while you're taking the test, just brings you back and brings your brain back too. So I like it. It's all within your hands. Whatever you focus on the most is what grows and expands. And you definitely have the ability to pass your exams with flying colors. So I like it for you, Seema. All right. And many blessings. Let me just see here. We've already covered those. Already answered those. And we've answered those. And we've answered those. All right. I think we're getting close here. So thank you guys for your patience. I just want to make sure I didn't skip over anyone here. All right. And Rhonda. Hello, my friend. Yes, I did. Your donation has come through here. So thank you so much for that. And and I've missed you too. You've been busy, 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 huh? Life, life, life. So you want to know, can you get what's coming next for you in love? And thank you for your donation. If I didn't thank you for it, wow. I think you must be getting tired. Let's take a look here. So, what is coming next for you in love? Let's see what spirit has for you. And then, Charlene, I'll read your what you have said there here in a moment. All right. What? Oh, okay. Well, we like that. All right. And then, Rhonda, I also want to pull a oracle card for you. So, choose between 1 and 7. I'll let you choose the oracle deck because you do here. You have a wonderful Wheel of Fortune, which is like uh, things will be changing soon. Things will be unfolding where even your human side is going to feel like it is fortunate for you. So that's a positive sign around love that, love will be coming. You'll be glad when it does, because it's going to be perfect there, right? So I like this and so we have that, right? So we got that coming in here. Oh, okay. Oh, I hear you. Moving, 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 that takes a lot of work. And you have this balancing of energy. Here's the relationship that's coming. It's going to be worth it because the 10 of Pentacles is like a relationship you deserve that's worthy of you instead of that other, stuff there. So I like it. The 5 of Wands is this movement and this change of passion, of energy. So this does show that with all of this that's happening here, you are going through this transformation of what you're willing to receive with this here and not. There's fears that started off, which makes that there's fears that happen that keep you from being able to have this, but that's what's transforming here because of course you realize this here that you've been going through this journey here, um you know the hermit inward, your inner journey, and you're cutting away your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations, and releasing a lot of stuff around it, these fears that have been keeping you limited and that keep you away from experiencing this true relationship, because there's some, deep seated things that are going on inside. And that's what keeps things at bay, that keeps things away, these beliefs that are below the surface on your worthiness and your worth and how you approach things, right? So that's what comes in with that there. But you have the magician coming in here, and the speed at which this changes, the speed at which they come in has to do with you and them, of course, both of you, because you can't do anything about them, how fast they're doing their inner work, raising their love vibration. But this is you. Every moment you get to choose what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on that you're missing love, that it's not here, that, if we're focusing on lower vibrational energies, what does that do? It slows things down. When we're focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, that speeds things up, but it also raises our love vibration. And the more we focus on letting go of the thoughts and the beliefs that no longer serve us, the emotions that no longer serve us, the more we raise up, right? And I know we've talked about this before, but it's like there's this energy, it needs to move up, it needs to move up in order to open up, because you can't love someone else more than to the extent you love yourself, nor receive love from others more than to the extent you love yourself. So the slowness that happens gives you an opportunity to raise that. And so this hermit's journey, it's like, yeah, it's if we rush into something, then we're going to draw in what we've always drawn in before. So that's what's coming in with that. So you chose a number 3, and oops, yeah. So number 3 is actually Angels and Ancestors Oracle. So let's take a look here. Yes, I'm so glad. Whoops. Come on. Stop. There we go. All right. Let's take a look here. Well, so this had flown out, but I put it back in there because hadn't asked the question yet, and then it came out again anyway. So I love it. So you got the oracle, which says, wait for important information. Fine. So let's see what the oracle has to say to you here. So be open and receptive to information. Gather facts so that you can make a decision that is in line with your integrity. The oracle is the truth seeker and the insight bringer of this deck, the ancestor who will be your best outspoken girlfriend, someone who will tell you exactly what you need to hear to move forward. In this deck, she is reminiscent of the Oracle of Delphi, a psychic priestess of ancient Greece who was able to receive information and make predictions. She holds a bowl that has sacred smoke rising out of it, bringing the message to look beyond all you can see and gather information in order to make an accurate evaluation of your current situation. Angels, ancestors, and the universe are speaking to you at this time. So look and listen for important conversations, signs, and messages that will point you in the right direction. You're being guided to wait for more information before making any fast moves, because at the moment you're letting your wants get in the way of your needs. There is an opportunity for you to see everything clearly at this time, but you will only be able to do so if you're willing to truly open your eyes. If you've been waiting for further information about a choice that you have to make or action you have to take, don't take matters into your own hands, but let what needs to be revealed be revealed. Then you'll know what to do next. Angels are supporting you. Trust them. I like it, Rhonda. Yeah, I feel like that's the important message here is, because they do have you, in this hermit's journey. really looking at here, this, 10 of swords, looking at the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have restricted you before. And I don't feel like there's someone gonna be coming, but they don't want you to focus on all of that. That's what they're, like, saying, "No, no, 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 no," "What's you're getting ahead of yourself." They're like, "If you draw in someone now, you're gonna draw in what you did before." They're working on you raising your self-love more and more and more and more and more. So the important messages that are coming in all have to do about, how awesome you are. It's like, and I almost feel like, part of the oracle that they're doing is, like you say, um, um, you believe in yourself more and you focus more on and reminding yourself to love you. These are the important messages because that's where it starts. That's where it comes in, with you doing that. So, that's what I feel is coming in here. I know, oh boy, the important messages over and over and over again. That's what I feel like they have for you there. You trust them, but you've been patient for a long time. Well, that's the whole thing. If we can, um, we can, say, I don't want to wait. I want someone now. And they're like, okay. It's like spirits baking you bread in the oven. And you're like, "Ugh, I'm hungry. I've been waiting forever. I want the bread now." They're like, "Well, it's not quite done yet. It's still kind of doughy. Are you sure you want it?" "Well, no, I'll wait a little while." "Is it done yet?" "No, only like 30 more minutes." "I want it now. Just get it out." And you're like, "Ugh, this is gross." So I like that. Trusting timing, trusting spirit. But the more we work on our inner love and raising that inner love, the more attention, the more intention and energy we put into focusing on that, the faster things do speed up. It's like miraculously the bread bakes faster, but that's what's coming in there. So much love to you, Rhonda. Thank you again for your donation and enjoy your new digs. All right, and I'm going to open a little window here. I'm going to capture what you have here, Charlene. I'll read that here in a sec. Let me just see, make sure where I was at here. All right. So, Charlene, you must not have read the email that I sent yet because what you ordered was a 30-minute personal recorded reading. And what I do with those is you answer my email with your questions. I'll capture what you've said here so you don't have to repeat all this, but you send it, to my email, and then I record your reading on my camcorder on my desk, and then I upload it to YouTube as a private link, and then you can access it that way. It's not like live here where I do a 30-minute reading live. Those are a different price. Those are a different animal. So check out the email I sent you. That will make everything clear there. But like I said, I'm going to capture what you've already shared here, and we will get to that. Let me just make sure here. Oops. Sorry, it skipped here. So I appreciate you guys' patience. I'll be with you guys here momentarily. Okay. Okay. And then here's more. grab all that. Thank you guys. Appreciate your patience. Oops. Okay. Okay. And that'll be the last of it there. Okay. I think I captured them all here. All right. Okay, Charlene, thank you. I know, like, after but I did capture everything you've typed, so you don't have to repeat any of that. You can just reply to my email so I know that you got the email, and that way, that's where I'll send the link to you once I do the reading for you. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. I am at almost 3.5 hours, but I think I just had a couple more. So I'll get these a couple more free readings here. And no, no is the name. All is well. I hope you are well as well. And you're wondering if R is actually thinking of you or watching you, or if you're projecting your own energy. We got the King of Cups here, which the King of Cups is balancing heart and mind. So I do feel like they're thinking about you. They're balancing their heart and their mind. Um, but you know, I don't feel like and I feel like it's balanced. I don't feel like they're like overly like I'm just thinking about you all the time. I'm watching you. I feel like they think about you. They, have emotions for you and they check every once in a while, but it's not like they're like obsessed or anything like that. It's a balanced human approach. It's not anything extreme. I just feel like it's really just kind of and it's not like you're the only one either. I feel like they're checking on other things in the world. You're one of the things in their world is kind of the energy that comes in there. You know what I'm saying? So that is what is coming through with that. I know, right? Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. So, but usually the reflection, because what I was seeing with that too is like it's a mirror for you. And so it's like, are you thinking about you? Are you watching you? And I like that because it's like, am I giving myself what I'm wanting? And I feel like that's kind of what they're reversing it back to you with is, are you treating yourself like you would want to be, like, can you be in a relationship with someone like yourself? Well, be in a relationship with yourself. And then you're like, wow, I deserve this love I'm giving me. No one can give you love in a more perfect way than you can because no one knows you like you do. That's what I always say. That's why I'm like, everyone buy your own gifts. I'm buying me the gift I want. Anyway, all right. So that's what they have for you. No. All right, Clover. And I believe you will be my last reading here. So, Clover, you want to know the energy of Alex Sagittarius regarding you. Ooh, wow, they are a bit scared. What did you do to them? No, I'm just kidding. This is they have, oh wow, just so many fears around love. There's like, this is the insomnia nightmare card. A lot of fears of losing love. They've had a lot of pain in their life, and their energy is so self-focused, and they have so much. It feels so heavy, and that means that they're having trouble loving themselves, which is difficult for a Sagittarius too, because they are such wonderful, bright little like children with awe, but it almost feels like they had a really uh, abusive childhood where that little child self just feels so afraid to express themselves that they just feel so small. They just feel so um I mean, the love for themselves like this, so anyone tries to love them, it trickles in. They try to give love to anyone else, it just trickles out. And so they don't have this ability to love and to express things because it's like they have this fear of I can't speak up, I can't be seen, I can't express myself a whole lot. I can put a lot of facades on, but the real me I'm hiding because when I was younger, if I was too loud, if I expressed myself, I was punished. And I feel that for them. I want to send them a bunch of love. Of course, they chose their journey, so I don't need to save them. We don't need to save them, but at least you're aware of what's going on with them there and what's happening there. So that is what is coming in for you right now. So hopefully that at least gives you an understanding of why they're acting the way they are and what they're doing there as well. So, alrighty. So many blessings to you. And everyone, thank you for all the thumbs up that you guys give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. I really appreciate that. And before I end this session, I will be back in less than 5 hours for my evening session tonight. I will return tomorrow morning and tomorrow night as well. And but don't forget, you have 2 days left here to get into my drawing. Every Monday I have a drawing. Tuesdays I'll put out a video announcing what I'm giving away on the Monday. Here's the video for that. I'll be giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading. So be sure to check that out. And then each week I also put out a pick a card. And this one is for this week was where can you use some freedom in your life? But I have a ton of pick a cards. So if you want more, even more messages from Spirit, be sure to check them out. I have playlists by like love, abundance, career, life purpose, and a bunch of others. So if you want to check those out, those are all free as well. And then yesterday we did put out a new Take 10 with Zen, which each week I put out a video, at least I have for the last 4 weeks, which is a video 10 minutes or less, and we talk about things to help us connect to spirit, to connect to who we really are, and I answer questions from my subscribers. So be sure to check that out. Week 1 was like dimensions, 2 was spirit guides. Last week was is love real, and this one is does fate exist? So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. And on top of all that, I know, right? This is also listed in the description box of the video, but I am having a summer sale for the month of July where I'm taking 50% off my hedges of peace and love and also my personal recorded readings. So that's the link there that talks about the hedge. Here is the list of the pricing and for personal readings. And if you want to book something, and again, all this is in the description box of the video. And that's how you can do that. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, everybody. That is it for this session. I'm going to close down, but please know I'm so appreciative of all your love, all your support, and I definitely am always blown away by your thirst and hunger to hear from spirit and connect with spirit. So please know that as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you soon. But until then, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care. We'll see you.